And we're live. What is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to Hot Toys Hotline Live, episode 16. I can't believe we're at 16 already, Chris. It's just yesterday we started doing these, but hey, I guess when you're consistent every Thursday, you get up in the numbers pretty quickly.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing tonight, first off? What's up, everybody in the chat? Thank you guys who jumped in right off the bat and were waiting for us to start. It's a nice Thursday night here. The weather was super nice today, and we're ready to talk about some Hot Toys and also some other 6-scale figures. But I think we're going to start, before we jump into the whole Hot Toys Inart debate, because I know that's going to be something that a lot of people want to talk about for a while. We're going to get into the Shanghai store opening, which is what we got these Hot Toys exclusives from. Exclusives from last week. So let me pull this up real quick. Legends, how's it going? What's up, Leighton? How's it going, dude? Dude, Leighton got a crazy amount of Hot Toys the other day, and he posted a photo in the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group. Congratulations on that, dude. You got some bangers there. OG, how's it going, my man? My Boba Fett brother, how's it going? He says, "Dear Howard Cham, please drop a Star Wars announcement ASAP." Dude, right now it's like everybody is the opposite of what they were before. Everybody is like, slow down with the announcements. We don't want anything right now. We got to keep up with what you're giving us. Before it was like, oh, we're not getting enough, and now everybody's begging for mercy. They're like, please stop. Me, I want more
Star
always.
Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, me, I'm like, give me more. I want more. Throw it all out to me. Give me more options. I don't have to buy all of them, you know? But guys, this new store is really cool. And obviously, as many of you know, this store opening brought us 3 exclusive figures, which aren't yet up on Sideshow, which I'm honestly surprised by because I expected them to be up by now. But that's okay. Don't get too worried by it. I know a lot of people are panicking right now. They're like, oh, am I going to be able to get them? Do I have to pay?
They're saying it's not even coming.
Yeah, it's going to happen, guys. Sideshow has always been able to squeak their way through and grab some of these figures. They've done it plenty of times in the past, so I'm not too worried about it, and you shouldn't be either. It's all about timing. Again, I honestly expected these releases to go up by now, but hey, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Many of us have no idea how they operate, so don't be too worried about it. Just keep an eye out on Sideshow and, of course, on Facebook. If you're not in the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group or following me on Instagram, I always try to post the moment I get information on stuff like that. So if you need a place where you can quickly grab some information where it's all going to be posted in one place, feel free to head out to either one of those and follow and or join the group because I'll post the moment they go up or at least as soon as I see it. If not, someone else will post it in there. Yeah, so Champs, that's what I was actually just talking about. I think it's safe to say that we're going to get them specifically with Sideshow. They will be exclusive to Sideshow. I will say, though, the Chrome Stormtrooper is going to be very limited, in my opinion. For those of you that don't know, Japan actually just got their allotments of the Mark 46 and the Captain America. From what I've heard, they did not get any Chrome Stormtroopers, so... when they do make their way to Sideshow, I do think they're probably going to be the most limited of the 3. Of course, the Mark 46, apparently they got 1,700 in Hong Kong, so I wouldn't be too worried about the Mark 46. The Cap, I would say probably have a bit of a sense of urgency with that one because that one did have low numbers in Hong Kong too, so I would expect the same thing. But just keep an eye on it. Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about the exclusives because they're coming, guys. It's just a matter of time, like I said. So don't get too worried if they haven't gone up yet. A lot of people are panicking. There's no reason to panic. But again, pay attention to Sideshow because you don't want to miss out when some of those lower numbers, lower number figures go up. Insane One, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Thursday night. Sean should be joining us and possibly Lane later in the stream. But we wanted to start a bit earlier for you guys today because Chris was off, so we were able to push the time back. So we appreciate Chris for coming on earlier than we usually do. But we're here talking about Hot Toys, so the timing is irrelevant. I love talking about Hot Toys. Chris loves talking about, and we got a hot debate tonight, guys. A hot topic. Everybody's been talking about it, and we kind of wanted to share our thoughts. For those of you that watch Geeking Out, you've heard my thoughts on the topic, but I kind of want to... Chris has been waiting all week to talk about the Inart versus Hot Toys thing. He's been waiting all week. He's been messaging me like, hey, we're going to talk about this, right? Because I got some stuff to say. And I'm like, yeah, me too. So definitely going to be fun. So OG says, I feel like I'm on suicide watch for this Chrome Stormy. I've wanted, can't talk. I've wanted a reason to get a golden copper Chrome, and this is it. Dude, it's like so many people are regretting not getting those the copper and gold Stormtroopers. Me personally, I've shared my opinion on those before. I do think they look a little bit cheap, and I've heard that the finish is not very durable. So that kind of scares me away from those. But I will say that photo of those three together looked incredible. So I can't blame anyone for wanting to chase those down. You just got to be very careful with the finish on that guy. But let's take a look at some photos from the Shanghai Hot Toys store opening. All I want to say right off the bat is, why don't we have a store in the U.S. like this? Like, I said this the other day on another stream. Like, Chris, and I want to hear your thoughts on this. Like, me personally, I could see them doing a store like this in, like, Los Angeles. I know some other people were saying New York. Oh, right on time. Look who it is. I told you he was coming. He's just a little behind. Sean is here, the Hot Toys Nightmare. Perfect timing.
Hello, everyone out there in TV land.
It's very soothing, Sean.
But I would want the same thing. I would definitely want a store. There's a lot of times, even just going to my comic shop and just wishing that there was more like that for something else to go look at in person. Because it's one thing to, receive shipments and stuff, but actually going to a store and then being able to pick it up same day, get the hands-on feel, there's nothing like it. So I would love whether, it's closer to us or, like you said, in California, then at least when I'm somewhere that it is, I could visit it. So.
Yeah, and the thing is they're going to have to make it in a popular location, like a centralized location where they know a lot of foot traffic would come through. Obviously, if they did end up doing a store eventually in the U.S., that would kind of like cross bounds with Sideshow. So who knows how they would work that out. But I think eventually it's not off the table. I could see it, but
then Sideshow should do a store then.
Yeah, they I mean, I don't think they've completely taken that off the table either. I think they've probably thought about that plenty of times. Maybe they'll start doing like some pop-ups or something. That would be really cool.
You need to start branching out like Apple.
Right. Look at all the goodness in this display, man. Hot Toys, obviously, being that they're the manufacturers, they have unlimited access to every figure that's ever been made. So they like to come out and flex. I mean, I could see quite a few figures that are worth a bit of money here in this photo. That's one I still don't have, is the Hulkbuster. Yeah, right.
That's still sitting in my shop. I saw it today. I want it too. It's just, a matter of dropping that wad of cash on it. Yeah.
Right now I got my eyes on the DeLorean, so I can't jump into the Hulkbuster quite yet because I want to take up the space that I have in my Marvel / everything else other than Star Wars display. I want to take up that space for my vehicles, my DeLorean, whenever they drop the Pattinson Batmobile, my Bat Pod. I want to save that space. And that's why I haven't jumped on the Hulkbuster yet, but maybe eventually once it gets low stock, I'll get swindled.
See, we're similar because I'm trying to jump on that Drogon statue, so I'm saving the space for that.
Yeah. Let me go back because we actually got a close-up photo of the new figures.
Guys, not to enable you, but if you guys don't get the Hulkbuster now, especially since you can get it with 10% off, you're going to hate yourselves later.
I probably will, but the thing is, for me, it's not like not wanting it. I absolutely want it. It's the space. That thing is truly massive. I've seen it in person. It's massive, and you own it. It's giant. It's bigger than anything I own in terms of Hot Toys.
For me,
so I would have to find the space for it.
Yeah, for me, it's a little bit different. It's sitting in my comic shop, and it's been there a couple years. And I don't think there's people around, at least this Frederick area, they do collect Hot Toys. But our stuff doesn't sell like crazy. It eventually goes, but that Hulkbuster's been there, and I don't think anybody's gonna come in. And he's got it listed on there for $1,200. So I don't think anybody's just gonna come. Oh shit! Let me drop $1,200.
No, that's definitely, even for local pickup, that's a little high, especially with the deals you got going on Sideshow.
Yeah.
When I got my
fan says, go ahead. I'll read his comment.
No,
after.
Go ahead and read the comment. Comments come first.
All right. So OG says, "Oh my God, can you imagine being able to walk into the store and pick these up at your own convenience?" Yeah. especially with these Hong Kong based stores where they have a lot of figures that we still can't get for a good price here in the US because they're long sold out. And you'll see once I scroll through the photos, there's quite a few figures that are long sold out in the US and people are paying decently high prices on the aftermarket, and they're probably sitting at below retail in these Hot Toys stores, and a lot of them. But go ahead, Sean, make your point.
Okay, so the Hulkbuster I've had for about a year, maybe a year and a half, and it's free ship. It was free shipping. I believe it's still free shipping now. I got a discount on it too. I like it a lot more than what I expected. And I've seen people like who came physically been in my home and seen the Hulkbuster and have whined about never getting it.
Yeah,
because
like I said, I would definitely regret it if I didn't get it, but it's the space. That's how it is for me.
I mean,
yeah,
there's always room you can find. I mean,
Sean,
just put it on the side, you know? Just put it like in front of your collection like it's standing guard.
The problem is I have cats, so everything has to be behind glass or
get rid of the
plastic,
cats. Problem solved. Cats are gone.
That's messed up. You wouldn't get rid of your dogs.
Yeah, there was that static.
They're my daughter's
too,
dogs. They're not my dogs.
On.
They're my daughters.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I tell them. And I know they're not going to watch this, so we're good.
Clone Collector says, in Hong Kong, you could pick up Star Wars Grails. No one else collects Star Wars over there. I could say that's definitely true because I've purchased plenty of Grail Star Wars Hot Toys on Japanese-based sites where you kind of have to know how to maneuver through the websites because a lot of them aren't in English. And I've purchased quite a few figures from websites like that, and it's for like a quarter almost of what some of these Grails go for here.
Yeah.
Group trip to China. Dude, we have to. That's what we're going to have to do eventually. If we want to get good deals, we're going to have to head over there. Toys Wonderland's going to disappear one day, and all these people that are buying their $120 figures with their bank transfers are going to miss out on good deals.
I could have had that static Hulkbuster. Like, I was eyeing that, and then I was like, I want to go big or go home.
Yeah.
So.
Here's the boys here, guys. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to walk in and just see this new stuff on display? Again, I said this before. This head sculpt's beautiful, man. I really dig this head sculpt. I'm glad that we got this one with the new cap. And Mark 46 is not looking too shabby either. I really dig that display base. I've said this before, too. I'm a big fan of these diorama display bases. I know they take up a lot of space, but think of it this way. We're getting so many diorama display bases, you can kind of lay them out in a way where it forms an overall display. And I think that'll look really cool. Like, that's kind of my plan with the Wolverine. I'm getting 2 of those, and I might take that second diorama display base and kind of throw it in with my Marvel stuff, because it's just like rubble and things like that. So it could fit in with really any display. Yeah, so this is really, really cool. I'm definitely excited for these figures to go up. Again, guys, if you're just coming in here, don't be worried. These will go up on Sideshow. It's just a matter of when. We just got to pay attention to Sideshow, pay attention to their social media, and again, pay attention to the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group, because we do post this stuff in there the moment we hear about it. So, so here it is right here, the trio, the boys, the whole gang. Once again, guys, I can't lie. I'd be lying if I would say that these don't look great together, because they absolutely do. Again, for me, it's just I'm worried about the finish on these original ones, because apparently it gets rubbed off very easy, and some of them are even fading a little bit that weren't properly taken care of, which seems to be a lot of these. I've seen a lot of damaged ones up on Mercari and Facebook and eBay. But they do look great together, and it'll be interesting to see what the secondary market for them looks like 6 months down the road, once everybody starts getting these Stormtroopers in hand. That's really going to determine how they are affected on the secondary market, because then once everyone gets the Chrome Stormtrooper, they're like, cool, now it's time to start hunting down the other 2, you know? Unless you're smart and you start looking for them now, just saying. Because that's typically what happens. People wait too long, and it's already too late, and it starts skyrocketing on the secondary market. Like, if you were really interested in these, the best time to grab them would have been right when the Chrome Stormtrooper was announced, the new one. But I'm sure you can still get them for a fair price. I think these go for anywhere from $300 to $400, depending on where you buy them from, which isn't terrible.
Yeah.
Yes, we got a lot of fans of the Chrome in here, man. I'm glad everybody's on the Chrome Stormtrooper train. once I saw the Chrome clone in videos and stills after people started getting him in hand, I was very, very excited for this Chrome Stormtrooper because I said this previously on another stream, but it almost has like a matte finish on top of it. And I think that's really cool, and I think it's a step above these previous Chrome Troopers because it kind of gives it less of a cheap look and more of a premium look. I have been told to be careful posing the new one, specifically the Chrome Clone Trooper, and I'm sure it'll be the same for the Stormtrooper, because they were saying they feel like the coating will wipe off if you're too brutal with it when you're posing it. So keep that in mind. Those are grabbing these Chrome figures. Just be very careful. I'm not a glove person, but honestly, I may wear gloves for these because I just don't want to. Fingerprints are just gonna. We have in our DTOFs and our displays, we have these lights shining down on our figures. The fingerprints are just going to be fingerprints galore all over these figures. So I probably will wear gloves when I'm posing those. Look who it is, my boy, Thick Bantha Boy. Good to see you, man. Yeah, we want all the Chrome. Everybody's theorizing about the Chrome. Tell us in chat, guys, what do you want personally from this Chrome line? I think my number one, I've got it stuck in my head now. I want like a Shadow Trooper, but like you know how the Death Trooper is black Chrome? That's what I want. I want a black Chrome, like Shadow Scout Trooper. That's exactly what I want. They've already got the mold now from the Return of the Jedi Scout Trooper, so Hot Toys, if you ever listen to this, give us the Shadow Scout Trooper and just give us a black Chrome Scout Trooper. I would love to see that. That's very kind of you, dude. We appreciate you coming out. There's a few other streamers that are live on Thursday, and as I always say, we really do appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with us. It's a nice Thursday night, and we got a lot to talk about. And I know I know a lot of you are waiting for that Inart debate, and we're going to get to that soon. But we just kind of want to look at the Shanghai stuff because I know a lot of people are losing faith in these, and I don't want people to lose the faith because they are coming. So what better way to keep the faith than to talk about them and get people excited about them again? It's great to see everybody excited about the Chrome stuff, though, because honestly, when that Chrome Clone Trooper first dropped and the Death Trooper dropped, I wasn't sure how people were going to respond. And obviously, people responded pretty well to them because the Chrome clones sold out very quickly in about a week. And the Chrome Death Trooper, I've seen a lot of people posting their orders and stuff on Facebook. So I'm glad to see that this line is getting some respect. I was worried that it was going to get the Neon Tech treatment, but unfortunately for Neon Tech, there's no one else like the Neon Tech line. So I'm glad that everybody's keeping the faith with these, and everybody's really interested in this line.
Let me take that train down a little bit because I agree with Richards a little bit. I feel like because it hasn't been represented in the live action or somewhere, I'm not going to pick it up either. Now, if it was shown in there, like he said, then I would probably pick it up as well. But then I keep looking at them and tell me, I want somebody to tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I saw these somewhere in Lego Star Wars or like some form. Somebody was
Lego.
Lego. Really?
Yeah, Lego. They actually, someone in the Discord, in the Star Wars memorabilia and lore Discord, someone in there commented about it, saying that they wanted this specifically because they have it in Lego form. Yeah, I don't know if what they have is a custom or an official, but yeah, that's what I've heard as well.
I feel like I've seen it in the games, like in the free play and stuff, like when you're just roaming in the old saga or whatever. So
right.
That would make me want to get this, but.
Right. Thank you for pointing that out because I actually missed Leighton's comment. And Leighton, that's a great point. A lot of people collect strictly based on what they've seen in the shows and the video games and in the films. So I totally understand your point. And this one is not canon by no means. This is just like a special exclusive figure that they're doing. So I completely get it, dude. Honestly, 5 years ago, if you asked me if I was going to get this, I would have been like, heck no. But my collecting tastes have changed. They've changed quite a bit. And now as I'm looking at these Chrome figures, I'm like, man, I really do dig these. These are cool. I still am not a huge fan of the other two, but I am a fan of these new Chrome Troopers. I'm really digging these, and I hope that they do more. It's an easy repaint for them, so why not, you know? Oh, Sean, he's alive. Sean is alive, everybody. He's here.
I am alive, yo.
He is risen from the grave.
I almost thought it was maybe somebody that was electronically producing Sean's voice, and it was someone else behind the camera, because Sean's always on camera.
This is the automated version of Sean.
Right, exactly.
Oh, no.
What have we done?
The Hot Toys Nightmare is currently unavailable, so I'll be sitting in his stead.
Oh, that's right. Right. Yeah, so a clone collector and And Insane One made me jealous on Instagram because both of them got the Chrome clone in hand. So yeah, guys, share some of your thoughts in the chat about it because you guys actually have these in hand. I didn't even get a preparing to ship notification for the first one, so I'll be waiting quite a while, I feel like, but that's okay. I trust your guys' opinion, and I really appreciate you all putting some photos up on Instagram because I was able to take a look at those because I hadn't really looked at much apart from the sideshow video, so they were looking great in hand for sure. Chrome Vader, man. Can you imagine?
No.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If they did a Chrome Vader, it would have to be black Chrome. Otherwise, it would kind of get tacky at that point, you know? Because Vader is a special type of figure where he's got to look a certain way or he's going to look cheap, you know? Because there's so many different types of materials that go into producing a Vader figure. So I feel like the black Chrome would probably look cool, but I don't know, man.
You know what I'm surprised they haven't done with him yet, though? And I think it was Sideshow that did it. I don't know if it was Hot Toys, the prototype Fett or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they have not done a prototype Vader.
Honestly, so what you're thinking of, there's a redeemed Darth Vader. And actually, Black Series just did a figure of him not long ago. I actually have it on pre-order. And if Black Series is able to do it, and obviously they're officially licensed figures, I don't think that's completely off the table eventually. I know some people in chat are like screaming in their heads like, no, we don't want any more repaints. I get it. Trust me. But I do think... And I know OG would agree. I think Prototype Fett is probably the next special Fett that we're going to get. Because there's no way Hot Toys isn't going to take a dip in the Prototype Fett realm and give it an honest try. Because that Sideshow one's so old at this point. And it's very expensive, too, for what it is. A lot of people that I've talked to that I trust their opinions, they've said it's not the best figure. So I wouldn't pay $400 for that personally. But hey, if you have it and you enjoy it, that's awesome. I really hope Hot Toys takes a stab at it for sure. Bantha said he only got the Death Trooper. Dude, for me personally, I think the Death Trooper is the best one so far. The Death Trooper looks incredible. And Sean and I have talked about this before. It's one that you can kind of fit in your existing Trooper displays because it doesn't look too far off from the original black color. And you can kind of make it like a higher ranking Trooper if you want to. Speaking of Death Troopers, I got my... real quick, I'll show you. For those of you guys that like 3.75 stuff, I got my Death Trooper pack today. These are really cool, huh? Look at the detail. I know a lot of people like to hate on Hasbro, but dude, these are really cool. I love the 3.75 stuff, so I was really happy to get these in. I love these little Trooper 4-packs they've been doing. I like how they actually have cost babies of the metallic Troopers. I completely forgot that they did that. I want to find like the glorious shelf that they showed off with all the amazing Hot Toys on it that a lot of us wish we had. Let's see. Oh, look at this. This is like the
Clone Wars shelf.
They did some shopping in Sean's basement. That's what it looks like here. Sean, do you have Light Side Anakin?
No.
Look at them flexing that dark side back there too.
Right? They're like, oh look, we have them all, guys. You can't buy them, but we have them.
You know, how we're talking about like Chrome and clones and everything else. You know, we keep getting these different color Chrome Stormtroopers. Mm-hmm. To include, like, you know, the porcelain version. With clones, though, we already have 3 different versions of clones. So, for example, like Captain Rex, Commander Cody, and then, you know, the Chrome Stormtrooper that we're still waiting on.
Right.
They could do a different color with a different set of clone armor, instead of keep using the same clone armor over and over for different Chrome stuff.
They could.
So we could see like
a Chrome Mando yet, like just a general Mandalorian. Maybe after this next season they'll do that because, like you said, they're gonna pump Mandalorians out. I'm sure.
Yeah. So
I wish I knew somebody in Shanghai.
Yeah, but guys, yeah, take a look at this, man. They're just kind of rub it in everybody's faces. I'm surprised, Sean. You got to pick up Light Side Anakin eventually, so you can do the Jedi Temple March display. That's if I had unlimited space and unlimited money, dude, I would totally dedicate a whole section of a shelf for the Jedi Temple March because it looks amazing.
I've seen a couple people do it too. It looks pretty good.
Well, I got my Mimbin set up already.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
right.
With
the CW Anakin.
Yeah, that's really cool. I haven't seen anyone else do that. Yeah, it is dope, dude. It looks really good. Someone asked if this is the quarter scale Vader. This is the 6 scale, but I believe lower on the shelf, and we'll take a look at it. There is a quarter scale Vader at the bottom, yeah. and also pointed out by Clone Collector.
It's still in the box too.
Right, pointed out by Clone Collector. Look at them just sitting here rubbing it in our faces, man. They're like, look what we got. That just shows you how different the market is in Shanghai versus the U.S. They're really big Marvel fans, and they do have some Star Wars fans. Let's not forget that. They do have Star Wars fans there. But those figures sitting on that shelf, like the Dx19 Maul, I have it. Wonderful set. But as you guys know, that one is starting to finally go up in price a little bit. And here it's just sitting on the shelf, probably for retail or less than retail. I don't know if they ever run sales at these stores or what. And then you also have the Dx18. That's a figure that I regret passing on, and I'm eventually going to pick it up if I find it for a good price. Or I should say when I find it for a good price, because it'll come back around eventually for a good price. And then there's the quarter scale Vader just sitting there, and that one's also sold out in the U.S., and everybody's paying higher prices for that one as well. So it's just so interesting to look at the market and how it differs from place to place.
They got that destroyed Vader helmet down there too.
Right. What's up, Riley? Oh man, yeah, Riley. I asked Riley to drop in today because we were looking for an extra person. But hey, we'll get together eventually, Riley. Like I said, one day I'll come on yours, and one day you'll hop in on Hot Toys Hotline. But good job babysitting, man. You're doing the people's work. Yeah. So it was Clone Trooper. Sorry. Yeah. Look at the mall still for sale. That's what I was saying, man. It's crazy.
He's getting that hot toy money.
Right.
I honestly for Hot Toys.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, you got to at this point.
That sounds like a horrible porno. Babysitting for Hot Toys.
What is with Sean? He's always taking it to the absolute max.
That's why he's the nightmare.
Right. He's the Hot Toys nightmare. Watch out what he's gonna say. He's the Hot Toys nightmare. Every Hot Toy reminds him of porn.
That's not true. Darth Vader is never. Oh, okay. Now I got BDSM going.
Oh, no.
Thanks. Now you ruined that one for me.
All right. The bot, and I think it's interesting. A lot of people are commenting on this as well. You can see the relationship from between Hot Toys and Sideshow is pretty strong because they've got the Anakin mythos, the Ahsoka, the newer Rebels Ahsoka. Like they've got. I don't know if this is a Sideshow premium format or because I know Hot Toys they actually did a prototype one time of a quarter scale Kylo long ago. I think this is probably the premium format, but it's interesting to see their relationship. Also, this shelf here, guys, is like, I mean, you can't really ask for much more than that, man. I love how they posed them. I can't wait to get my larger display so I can start posing my figures like this because that's kind of like the vision I have for my collection moving forward. But the other thing is Hot Toys, obviously, because they make the figures, they can pose them however they want and don't have to worry about damage. Because that Ahsoka, ain't no way I'm doing that. No way I'm putting my Ahsoka like that. I'm not busting the elbows, man. I'm curious, people in the chat, what do you guys typically, are you careful with your figures? Like if you have a seamless arm figure like Ahsoka or Rey or Wonder Woman, do you guys pose it and just say, screw it, I don't care if it breaks. I just want to have it in my display and have it look how I want it to look? Or are you careful like I am? Me personally, if they have seamless arms, I'm not posing them. That's just how I am. Is that the fun way to do it? No. But that is the OCD way to do it for me. You know what I mean? I can't put it in a pose and then see wrinkles in the rubber 3 months later because I kept it in a pose that long. For me, it'll just hurt my brain, so I can't do it. But
I drink to that.
Yeah, but if some of you guys in chat, if you have the stomach to see that happen to your figures and it's worth it to you to see them in your display, more power to you. And I appreciate that for sure because some of you, I'm sure you do amazing poses. A lot of my poses are mostly basic unless it's a figure that's posable, you know? Like my Spider-Man figures, most of them are always going to be in a museum pose. Not the homemade suit, though. The homemade suit, I love that figure. It's so posable. Definitely very, very slept on, in my opinion. And you can get it for a really cheap price. You can get that figure for like $180 on Facebook Marketplace right now. Dude, I know, Leighton, the Stap is incredible, man. I don't have the space for it right now until I change out my display, so I just have it in the box. But, dude, the paint job is so nice in person, and that blue is beautiful. And Sean can attest to this because he's got his beautifully set up in his display, and he knows, like, that Stap is serious, man. It's really, really nice. And you can kind of pose whoever you want with it. You don't have to specifically do Anakin, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I was looking at the premium format, Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm.
That's not it, because that's a fixed position. Not this image, but for the premium
what you're
format.
looking at, right? So this might be that.
So that might, the prototype.
Could
because
be.
at the same time they showed this prototype and the Stormtrooper quarter scale prototype.
Oh, they did. You're right. I completely forgot they did a quarter scale Stormtrooper. Man, if honestly, if Kylo would have come out and the Stormtrooper came out, I may have completely changed my opinion on quarter scales back then, you know? Because, like, the Vader was, like, that was really tempting, and the Boba Fett was really tempting. But I'm like, you know what? This line isn't, like, full enough with a bunch of different quarter scale figures for me to justify taking that dive. But, dude, I don't know. Was that a first order Stormtrooper, or is that, like, an OT style Stormtrooper?
No, it was an OT.
I can't remember. Oh, it was an OT, yeah. So, see, dude, my opinion might have completely been different on the quarter scales. I still think the quarter scales are beautiful. I just have since filled the space that I would have had for those with other things. I'm a big fan of the 3.75 scale vehicles, like the Razor Crest and the Slave One and stuff from the Vintage Collection. So all of my upwards DTOF space is taken up by 3.75 scale vehicles.
Do you have the HasLab Razor Crest?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's actually right here above my head. Yeah. Chris has seen it in person. Sean, one day you'll make it out here and you'll be able to take a look at my collection in person. And you'll be able to
the East Coast is scary.
Oh my!
You guys have like weird
Sean, I will protect
things going on over there.
I will protect you.
No, you won't.
Bro, there's no way. Look, I know you thick bantha boy. There is no way you actually do that. I think you might dip yourself in Vaseline. If you guys have seen Bronson, remember he oils himself up before he gets in a fight with the guard. That's thick bantha boy, bro. You gotta stop with that, man. I've lost my train of thought. Oh, now I have it.
Puts the lotion on the figure, or it gets the hose again.
Right, dude. God. Thick bantha boy. That's not a thing I needed to envision. Now, because you're a bantha boy, I'm expecting you to be super hairy and just covered in Vaseline, man. Sean, Chris is like, I'm cutting it off here. We're done. But OG, where you at, bro? This is our shelf, man. This is our shelf. This is the best shelf I've seen all day in all these photos. This is the best shelf right here. But you can also see here, man, they've got a lot of sideshow stuff. And then also, they're teasing us with that freaking Navarro Cantina diorama that they pretended like they were releasing. Look how good that looks, man. It's definitely not DTOL friendly, but holy crap, that looks good.
They've improved that, though.
Yeah, it does look like they have. I see some differences there.
So I wonder if they're still working on it.
Oh, Bob, come on, bro. Bro, the worst thing is Jason is bald. And he always has his shirt off. So, yeah, I can see that, man. I don't want to see it, but I can see it. Now, I can't.
You know what? I bet Jason Statham has a couple Hot Toys.
Have they ever done a Jason Statham figure? Did they do him with the Expendables line or no? Maybe it was just...
there was just Barney Ross.
Barney Ross, yeah. That just shows, man. Hot Toys has been jipping us on lines for the longest time. You gave us one figure and it was Barney Ross. Come on, man. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, so...
What has started?
Yeah, this is the shelf right here, man. This is beautiful. But yeah, that Navarro Cantina set is awesome too, man. I'm a big fan of that. I don't think it'll ever come out, but hey, it's cool to see it on display, you know? They like to show off stuff that'll never come out. They like teasing us like that. And then, of course, you got your Mando display. Nothing special here. This is all stuff that we've been looking at for a long time.
I'm not even going to lie. I lost my train of thought with all this rubbing and grease.
I know. All I can think about every time I look at a figure is Vaseline.
I know. If you dip it in, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, so Bob says there's a few third-party sculpts. Yeah, so if anybody has any questions about third-party stuff, Bob Dylan is like the master. He's the absolute master when it comes to third-party stuff and like hunting down head sculpts and clothing and things like that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of his custom stuff.
Oilers in the house. What's up, Oilers? Oh, you got to, dude. Someone's got to do it. Someone has to. Someone's got to make. You got to do the Vaseline covered figures, man. Someone's got to, and then light it on fire after that. It's just as a celebration. How you doing, though, Oilers? Good to see you. I'm sure you're ready to talk about Inart. Oilers was getting a little mad at me yesterday. But hey, that's all right because he made it up. He made up for it by showing his awesome T-shirts that he has coming. Oilers, I want one of those T-shirts, dude. Whenever you start selling them, let me know. Also, Oilers, I saw your little video of you packaging your base. That was incredible. It's really professional looking, so definitely really cool, man. But yeah, here's another one that a lot of people are. It doesn't sell for a crap ton of money, but people are starting to pay more and more for it as the days go on. The Finn and Riot Trooper 2-pack. That's another one. I
actually want that 2-pack. It's on my list.
Yeah, it's really nice, and I will say you can still get deals on it. I got mine on eBay probably like 7 months ago for like $230. So there's still deals to be had on this one, but I have seen him sell for like upwards of $350. Definitely one you want to shop around on because I don't think he's quite worth that. But
I think I just saw one on Macari a little over 200. Like I want to say it was like low.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Oilers, I'm just joking with you. I know you weren't mad. I was just talking about the conversation we were having when you were chatting about the Inart Batman. But you were making some good points, and you'll see when we start talking about it again. I'll mention some of the points you made, and I'll tell you what I think of it, because I didn't get a chance to address everything you said because it was so chaotic. And then once Denobi came in, we were just all like making jokes and everything. So I'm glad you made it out here to talk about that once we get to that segment. I appreciate you. You rock, dude. And that's why I want a t-shirt. You rock. Dude, last night I watched a few of your videos, and I watched your video of you repairing your wife's glasses with a soldering gun, and it was just so relaxing to me. I don't know why. I love watching stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not even joking. Go on his channel. One of his most recent videos is him repairing his wife's glasses with a soldering gun. It's very interesting. But let's see. What else we got here? Cost babies, nobody cares about those. Does anyone in the chat collect cost babies? I'm very curious. Oh, thank you, Pedro.
Because you might as well get pops.
Yeah, that's true. They are kind of overpriced pops, but I will say they do look a lot more detailed than most pops.
Yeah, they look hard.
Yeah. Pedro, I appreciate it, man. I'm very grateful. Really excited to finally get to 200. It's definitely something I don't take lightly, and congrats to all of you, because I couldn't have done it without you all. You guys are super supportive as always, and I really do appreciate it. But hey, 50 more subs, and you know what that means. We're giving away a hot toy. And guys, hop into the Facebook group if you haven't already. We need 13 more members. Do you guys not like getting free money? 13 more members, and we're giving away a $25 gift card to the comic shop of your choice. So hop in there if you're not a member already. There's a link in the description. Also, there's 14 people here right now. If you haven't liked the stream, please consider doing so if you like what we do here. Kumar, what's up, my man? Good to see you as always. I hope you're doing well. I had a feeling you were popping in. Once I saw you like my Facebook post for the stream, I'm like, Kumar's going to be there tonight. So we appreciate you, dude. He said, Bob says, I collect cost babies to test the integrity of my garbage disposal. Dude, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I'd be putting stuff in my garbage disposal, and it sounds like it's about to die on me. One time, my girlfriend put one of our brand new spoons in the garbage disposal, and it was the only one, like the little serving spoon. It was the only one, and she ground it up like 2 weeks after we got the set. So unfortunate. Thank you, Insane One. I appreciate you, man, and I really appreciate your support as always, dude. You're on literally everything that I put out, so I really appreciate you, sincerely. Oh, here's another one, guys. I'm just going to tell you right now, I do think that there's another Hot Toys Bane on the near horizon. And I kind of want to get the thoughts on the panel regarding this one, because I feel like Hot Toys is kind of on that train right now. And this kind of gets into the 2.0 talk that we're going to talk about a bit later. But I want to bring it up because he's here on screen. I do think the Hot Toys Bane is a candidate for a reissue, or excuse me, a 2.0, because the original one obviously had a lot of problems with the body, and a lot of people are saying the coat was garbage. So, is this something that you guys would be interested in picking up if they dropped it? I know Sean is a big DC Batman fan, so I'm sure you'd be picking up the Bane. But do you think this one's possible in the near future?
I'm pretty sure it's already being worked on right now.
Yeah.
But I would buy it. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already been told, I don't know how many times, Iron Man is Howard's favorite Marvel character. Mm-hmm. The Nolan Batman was his favorite Batman. Yeah, I think we'll get it. I think we'll get the armory. I think we'll get several other things that'll come to.
What about that tumbler? What about the cookie tumbler? Would you be grabbing the cookie tumbler if they drop that again?
Yeah, but I don't think they will do it until they sell out all the tumblers that they have at all their locations right now.
I don't know, man. I would tend to disagree with that because look how often they're stacking like different versions of the same figures over and over again. Like look at Boba Fett. How many Boba Fetts are on pre-order right now? I understand it's a vehicle and it is a little bit different because it's a lot to keep in stock on the shelves. But still though, it's like I feel like they don't care as much about that anymore. I feel like they're fine with just stacking version after version of the same thing. So I don't know if it's going to come with the Bane, but yeah.
I mean, I don't think they care about here in the U.S., but over there, I think they care just because they're limited on space.
Could be.
So I think once it gets to a certain amount, like say, each store that they have has 50 of them. So until they get down to at least 15, I don't see them making an announcement for this coming. I can see teases coming, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, Bantha. I've seen a lot of people go in the third-party route. There is a company that does a really good... I think they do like the head sculpt and all of the clothing, and then you just put it on a Fison body. I can't remember the name of it, but that set's actually really nice. Me personally, like Sean was saying, I think it's something that's probably already being worked on. I mean, let's think about what we've got from the Nolan trilogy in terms of reissues. We got the Bat Pod. We got the Tumbler. We got Catwoman, a.k.a. Selena Kyle. We got her coming out again. And she was one that definitely needed a 2.0, and I'm really excited to see the material they use on the boots, because if you guys haven't seen it, that's a big offender for pleather peeling. That one tends to happen more often than not. And then we got the Dx19 Batman. So,
and the quarter scale.
And the quarter scale. And then we did get a 2.0 of the Two-Face in the past as well. So I think Bane is definitely one that they're probably already working on. Maybe they're telling us something by showing us Bane here in this display. Who knows? But definitely really cool. Euler said he needs a cookie monster to go atop the cookie. Dude, that would be amazing. I love stuff like that. Like when people kind of make their own little jokes within their displays, or like when people throw Deadpool in with random, like perfect example, Doc Smizzle. In his displays, he's got like the arcade machines and different figures thrown in, like having a chat, standing around the arcade machines, and he's got like 6-scale dumpsters and stuff. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, I like Bob. It shows a bit of personality. He does the comic stuff.
Yeah, and Bob does the comic stuff. Yeah, so I love creativity like that. I need to get more creative with my stuff. That's all that tells me, is I'm not creative enough right now.
You know what would be hilarious, and I kind of want to do this, if Hot Toys makes the rest of all the bounty hunters from Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, don't even. Man.
I would love to get, or even Hot Toys to make, a 1/6 scale Where's Waldo.
Dude, that would actually be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. That would be cool, because
go
along with what we're talking about, you can hide them in your displays and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a third-party one somewhere. Oh,
yeah, so I've looked at them. They suck.
Do they?
Yeah.
So Bob said it's the M Toys and Daft Toys. He said both of them have good. Okay, cool. Yeah, but I think they gave it a really good, honest try, and I can see why a lot of people started picking that one up, because obviously we've been waiting a while for a 2.0 of the Bane, so I'm sure a lot of people got tired of waiting, especially that the Dx19 started shipping a while ago. So a bunch of people are probably like, I want Bane now to go with my Dx19. I don't blame them. I truly don't. Bantha boy, come on, bro. What? Like, we're not gonna speak this stuff into existence. Like, you're like Lane. Lane's over here talking about the Chrome Rancor. Like, come on, bro. We didn't even get a regular Rancor. We're not gonna friggin' Chrome Bane. Come on. Don't let Howie know that's what we want. Howie, we want the regular Bane. We don't want the Chrome Bane. We want the regular Bane. Don't listen to Thick Bantha boy.
I want that Neon Tech Mandalorian, like the deluxe version that we saw. With pictures like a year ago where people were making them.
Oh yeah, like the meme pictures, yeah.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, I would buy it.
You can get the Power Ranger bikes to go with it.
Euler says, me too. He has Leia chasing Wicket around a piece of driftwood and Scarlet Spider taking it. Dude, that's amazing. I haven't seen that. Do you have a photo of that on your Instagram? I'll definitely have to check it out, because like I said, I love stuff like that.
I'd like to see that too.
Apparently there's a licensed 1/6 Waldo already. Interesting. You'll have to drop a link or something in the chat. I'm curious to look at that and see what it's like. Let's see what else we got going on in the Shanghai store. Like, bro, this store is amazing. Like, look, you're going up the stairs and you're greeted by a bunch of cool Hot Toys and like this custom display they have built into the wall. Like, this is so cool, man. I wish I should say I hope that we get something. If I do that one more time, I swear. I should say I hope that we get something like this in the U.S. eventually. It would definitely be something where we have to travel because we're not getting one in Maryland, you know. But
yeah, this is how big this is because Thick Bantha Boy just mentioned it about Lane selling that dark side. I feel like everywhere I've gone, I've heard about it, and even I told him not to sell that thing. It's like the trending topic of the world right now.
Yeah, he made the biggest mistake of his life selling that. I'm sorry to say, Lane, you made the biggest mistake of your life.
Told him before he did it.
Yeah, because guys, for those of you that don't know, Lane sold his Darkseid Anakin, and we told him not to. He did it anyway. He sold it. He got his Sideshow General Grievous, and I was hyped for him to get that. And it shows up, and it was broken in half. So that's karma, man. You don't sell Darkseid Anakin. You can sell whatever else you want, but Darkseid Anakin, he's off the table, man. He's just one of those figures. He's off the table.
Here's even worse. What got me is even after he saw Kenobi, he still did it. Like went through with it. Right. I was like,
oh, here's
come
another
on, man.
Right. That's why he sold it, because it was Blitzway did what? That's crazy. I did not know that. Blitzway, I said this not long ago. Blitzway like kind of has done less and less 1/6 scale figures, but they're one of the companies that has been willing to basically try anything, and they've done a lot of great figures. So I'm not surprised it was Blitzway, but I didn't know that. I know this is a salt in the wound for a lot of people. That the Affleck Batmobile. This thing's absolutely massive. It's not as wide as the Tumbler, but it's much longer. But how's that for salt in the wound? I know a lot of people were really upset that we never got that one. And that kind of reminds me of the N1, dude. Everybody is really hyped for that N1, but look, they put all the work into this Affleck Batmobile, as popular as Affleck is, and we've seen nothing of it. I know they've done a bit of coverage on this this N1, but that just gets me worried about the N1, man, because like if they're going to do something like this and they know people will buy it, like who knows? And they even did like a little special base for it and everything with the Batmobile embossed on the nameplate. So who knows, man?
Well, Hot Toys even did the Batmobile from the Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
They did the Batmobile too.
Yeah.
And then never came out for an announcement.
Hey, this is off topic. Have you guys seen that? I think it's the premium format, that statue Vader or whatever.
Which one?
Which one?
The Mythos?
No, not the Mythos, because the Mythos is the damaged one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
this one looks like the
Mythos
regular
and then
Vader, like it just came
Vader,
out.
Yeah.
It
It's
looks
really nice.
so
I
good.
prefer the Mythos, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it looks so good. I thought that the actual suit was fabric. That's how well painted it was.
Oh,
I had to like get on it to like be able to see it was sculpted.
Sideshow, everybody likes to crap on their 6 scale figures, but they do a great job with statues. The General Grievous is obviously a unique situation, but they do a great job on their statues, from what I've been told. I only have one Sideshow statue, and I love that one, but yeah, I totally get it. But I want to say hello to Hot Toy Collector. Good morning to you.
Hello.
It's evening for us. Thank you for joining us from Singapore. Always nice to have you here. I hope you're doing well. I hope you got plenty of hot toys in your life being a hot toy collector. We're just talking about the Singapore store, and we're showing off some photos and kind of drooling over some stuff that has never released and may never release. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. Yeah, dude. I don't know if it'll bring a Batmobile, but I think we'll probably at least get another Batman figure because they know how well it's going to sell, especially after the hype kind of turned up tenfold when the Snyder Cut came out and a lot of those sold out figures shot up in price. I could definitely see him doing another Affleck Batman for sure. How many?
Bat Cycle. That Bat Cycle would be awesome.
Oh yeah, that would be cool, and that's a small one too. I like stuff like that. Like I'm probably gonna end up getting the Pattinson motorcycle, which we're gonna talk about in a little bit. I'll probably get that eventually because I love the size of it. It's just vehicle you can throw. No, I know you're talking about the other one, but I'm just saying that's why I'm thinking about getting the
Harley Quinn and Joker
size
over there.
Yeah, don't know why. This is the one that has that staining problem really bad on the skin, which sucks because this is like you can't really easily replace the body because it's like tattooed, you know, because that's how it looked in the movie. So that's definitely really unfortunate. They do. They're definitely not perfect, but I will say, like, I guess the main thing I'm saying is their statues are much stronger than their 6-scale line. I'll say that. I'll leave it at that. Because I think they've done a pretty good job.
And their aliens or whatever.
That too, yeah. That new Boba Fett statue with the floating Han and Carbonite behind it, I'm, like, highly considering getting that. That statue is beautiful. I wish I had room for the legendary scale Yoda, but I don't, unfortunately. But I definitely see what you're saying, man.
That's not as bad of a price as I thought it was going to be either for that Yoda.
Ooh. So apparently, is it toys? Like delicious toys? Is making the Batfleck cycle for the Flash movie? Toys. Is that how you say it?
Oh, no.
I've never heard of that company. I've heard of Toys, but not Toys. It's funny for me seeing this shelf because I just picked up all these figures locally. I drove like a little over an hour away and picked up all these figures. I didn't get the Batman because I want the Nightmare Batman to be my Batfleck because I'm not like the biggest Batfleck fan. Don't get mad at me in the chat.
I get mad at you.
Or you.
Why me?
You like Batfleck. I thought Batfleck's one of your favorite.
He is. But why would I be mad at you for having a different opinion?
It's 2022, man.
And the other time he would have got you.
Right.
Okay.
If I talk about my Mace Windu, you're crapping on me.
I'm not crapping on your Mace Windu. I'm being logical about your Mace Windu.
No, guys, look, we're not going to allow Sean to do this tonight. We're just not. You already know the chat's with me on this one. We're getting Mace Windu for the second wave of the Attack of the Clones, so we're good. Like, Sean is a blasphemer when it comes to Samuel L. Jackson's Mace Windu. And we're just not going to have it. We're not going to have it. In fact...
You believe it, get it tattooed.
Why would I get a tattoo of that? Dude, I'm not stupid. Okay? I'm not stupid, dude.
Because you'll have a tattoo that reminds you that you were wrong.
No.
Oh, my God.
If anything, it'd be a reminder of my victory. I just don't want to waste some real estate on my body for a stupid tattoo like that. Euler says, I have... preaches about 17 stashes by Sideshow. All were wonderful except the paint on the base of my game at premium format. Huh. What was wrong with the paint? Was it like poorly done or was it flaking off? But yeah, I just recently picked up this whole shelf, including this scumbag up here, just because it's my favorite representation of Flash in terms of how he looks. I was actually going to consider grabbing the CW Flash and just saying screw the Ezra Flash, but I got the Ezra Flash for literally like $225 when it was all said and done. So it's like, how could I say no to that, you know? And the whole lineup, I got them all for $225 a piece. The whole lineup. Like the dude gave me a super good deal. And I actually have like 4 figures from the lot that I'm selling because it's just figures that I don't need. And the Superman, dude, I got that Superman and I was completely planning on selling it, the Justice League Superman, and I took it out of the box and I was just blown away, dude. I was absolutely blown away by that Justice League Superman. The colors in person are just so beautiful. I've never owned a Henry Cavill I haven't owned any Superman figure for that matter. But the Henry Cavill Superman, as you guys know, has literally like a chrome silver body underneath to kind of show that reflective.
It's my favorite Superman.
Yeah, and it looks amazing. It looks
the BVS, but I'm saying Henry Cavill is mine.
I love Henry Cavill.
That's my favorite superhero in general, if you didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you have told us a few times. And I know you have that you have the BVS Superman, right? That's like one of your big trails that you
back
have.
Down there, yeah.
So this is Orlo's responding to what I was asking. He said the paint glow effect was crap. I sent them an image and they gave me $75 back because they said many people had the same complaint and all the bases look like that. He also said the glow on the grid, to be clear. Okay. At least they took care of you. That does suck, especially because that's like probably a selling point for a lot of people on that statue. I haven't personally seen that statue, but glow in the dark is always a plus for me, so I would be pretty disappointed by that as well. But hey, that's nice that they gave you a little bit of a discount on it because of that. Dude, this figure, this Justice League Aquaman, really, really nice. Like I was pleasantly surprised at the durability of the suit that he's wearing. I honestly expected it to be way cheaper feeling, but I was pleasantly surprised. It's really, really nice in person. Hot Toy Collector said, everything about the Justice League will go up with... Yeah, I think you're right, dude. Cyborg is the piece of the puzzle, you know? There were so many people begging and begging for that Cyborg forever, ever since the first Justice League wave of figures came out. So I think you're right. I think he's going to go up. I think they're all going to go up in price for sure. We got a Suicide Squad / Harley Quinn shelf here. Not many figures there interest me. I know the Will Smith Deadshot went up for a short period of time and then just fell back on its face where he belonged. Because that figure was selling for dirt cheap forever. Nothing about Will Smith. I'm just talking about the price of the figure. That figure was selling for dirt cheap forever.
Yeah, slap it in the face.
Yeah.
Guys, what do you see in this photo? Something in particular? I see the figure that we're giving away on the channel at 250 subscribers. Guys, if you haven't subscribed already, you see this beautiful Arkham series Harley Quinn hot toy in the corner? We're giving that away on the channel courtesy of Lane at 250 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet and you want a chance to win it, just saying, you don't just have to see it in the display. You could see it in your display if you're lucky enough to win it. Insane one. Yeah, dude. I had to throw it in there.
It's the Harley?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was the Batgirl.
No, Harley Quinn. No, his Batgirl he sold a while ago. Here's another one that a lot of people started grabbing. This Deathstroke, a lot of people started grabbing him once the Snyder Cut came out because obviously he was in the Nightmare scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, I would love to grab that figure and throw like a custom head sculpt that's accurate to the film. That would be really cool because I'm getting as you guys know, I'm getting the Nightmare Batman 2-pack, so I might consider doing that if I can get him for a good price. I don't know exactly what he's going for right now. Look at that, man. I'm surprised Hot Toys hasn't done their 3.0 of the Joker, especially with Inart putting out that 2-pack and the single release and it being really popular. I'm surprised they haven't answered to that yet. But I think that's about it. We're going to move on to the hot topic of the night. And I think we're going to start with Inart. Let me scroll down here since it didn't take me exactly where we were. Okay, cool. So for those of you that don't know, Inart finally did put up all of their photos of the Batman. Not only the Batman, but Bruce Wayne as well. So let's talk about it. I want to start by sharing my thoughts on these two figures. Before we start getting into the nitty-gritty and the comparisons with Hot Toys and stuff, I'm just going to share my thoughts right off the bat. Let me zoom in a little bit. So right off the bat, guys, I will tell you, I can look at the Batman particularly and see some things on this figure that I like more than the Hot Toys, for sure. I wish I could zoom in a little bit closer. Let me see how far I can actually get. That's it. Excuse me. But if you zoom in close on the suit, you can see like the weaving in between the ribbing on the armor. You could see like scarring and stuff, which you do have on the Hot Toys. It just seems to be more detailed on the Inart version. Now, the thing is, you are paying a difference in price when it comes to these two figures, so it's expected that we would get stronger detail in it and a somewhat difference in quality in certain areas for the difference in price. So I'm not surprised by that. One thing that I really like about the Inart over the Hot Toys is the chest area. You'll see when we get to the Hot Toys figure, it's like shiny. And I looked through a lot of the stills because I can't remember exactly from the film, scene by scene. But I looked at a lot of stills and I didn't see many stills where there was any shine to his chest at all. So I am hoping that Hot Toys changes that because I'm not a huge fan of that. After seeing the Inart, I'm like, oh man, I don't really like that much. It's kind of like when you have something to compare it to, you can kind of see what they did good and what they did not as good, you know? So I'm not a huge fan of that. But overall, I think it is looking pretty good. I think the biggest concern and/or I should say question that a lot of us have is what the articulation is going to be like on this guy. Me personally, I have pre-ordered the Joker 2-pack, and I did also pre-order the sculpted because I'm not a huge fan of rooted hair. Sculpted Joker 2-pack, and I did pre-order the Bruce Wayne sculpted figure from Inart. But Hot Toys has my pre-order for the Pattinson The Batman figure. I'm really happy with what they gave us with the overall package from Hot Toys. I think the price was very fair for everything that we got. So I'm sticking with Hot Toys on this one in terms of the Batman. That's not to take anything away from the Inart. Personally, I'm just sticking with the Batman because the Hot Toys Batman because I like what they gave and I'm happy with the price. So, but I know Chris has a lot to say. So before I keep rambling on, Chris, what are your thoughts initially when you first saw this Batman figure go up and the pre-order started dropping? What was going through your head?
I think more of my thoughts are mostly in when we do the comparison, because I will talk about the Hot Toys one as well. When I first saw this, I like him when he has the helmet on, but I'm glad you went to this photo because something about it throws me off proportion wise when you just see his head there, and maybe it's his hair. I don't know what it is, but something just looks off to me. I do think it actually looks really, really good. Uh, Next to the Hot Toys. Now, I didn't even uh, see the whole glossiness thing in his chest like you did. I never caught that. So when I was just going back and forth, I thought they looked very, very similar. And in fact, I thought they looked so similar that it'd be kind of hard to pick apart the two unless you really got up on it. But I do think proportion-wise, Hot Toys, as far as the movie goes, looks more like him to me.
I feel you, man. Yeah, so Sean, the picture you sent, that's what I saw in the stills. I do have those, like I have a Google search put up of Pattinson photos, and I did see that in the stills, but the thing is like, it's shiny, like, towards the top, but towards the bottom, it's still, like, that, like, matte look, you know what I mean? So I'm a little confused why they went all shiny as opposed to, like, more towards the top, as if there's, like, some rubbing on the armor or something. I don't know if that's what that's supposed to simulate.
That could be when you scuff metal, like, matte metal like that, it can get an abrasive kind of shiny effect to it. So
I don't. That's the thing. I don't know if his chest is supposed to be metal because I didn't double check.
I thought that
this,
thing came out and it was.
Yeah, it does.
The Batarang is metal, but I'm talking about the actual chest. I'm talking about the chest portion because the whole chest is shiny.
Oh, see, I thought you were talking about the bat.
You'll see when we pull up the Hot Toys photos. You'll immediately see it.
Okay.
So go ahead, Sean.
Entire thing is actually shiny to include the under chest part. The reason why, just like what Christopher was saying about how, get
So here's my thing. When I was reading the comments from somebody on another stream, they were saying it was supposed to be a cloth outfit. Like it's not metal. Like the actual screen use costume is not metal. So are they like, I guess this is my question to you if you know the answer. Are they trying to simulate metal being scuffed? Like is it supposed to be metal in the universe? Or because that's where I get confused.
Like, from a fighter perspective, I mean, he has gauntlets and everything else. That's going to rub up, even if it's a type of fabric material versus an actual kind of like a sappy plate material that would be hardened to protect the chest. Anything. You move your arms up no matter what, automatically blocking someone from hitting you from each side, trying to protect your face, protect your whole head. And with having those gauntlets there, they're going to rub against no matter what, especially, if you have a gauntlet and you're getting hit and then that gauntlet's being pushed back with all that force and everything, that's going to hit your chest area and that's going to dull it out.
Right.
So that's just my thoughts on it. I think Hot Toys is close, but I do think it's a little bit shinier than what it needs to be.
Yeah, we'll pull it up, and it's not like a huge detractor for me. I want to say that right off the bat. It's just something I noticed when comparing the two. I want to read this comment from Oilers. He said he likes the fineness of the Inart. On the Hot Toy, he noticed the paint apps on the bracer grappling darts is thick, and it means they're plastic with paint. The Inart one looks like actual metal and are finer. I'd be curious if those were actual metal. That'd be an interesting little piece of detail there. But yeah, that would be cool. I will say this. I think this angle here on the head sculpt, if I would like to see it a bit more straight on. This photo, I think, is not a really fair comparison. But I will say this. I think their sculpted hair is very mediocre. And at least on this figure. I think it looks better on the Bruce Wayne figure, but I think on this one it's very mediocre.
Yeah, when you get to that rooted hair, there's a photo that they have of him, I think still with the suit too, where it literally looks like they took a promo shot of him And if you showed somebody the picture of it, I swear you would have thought it was like from the film.
Yeah.
And not even.
Like for me with this rooted hair, it's
I don't like it on the Bruce
It's
Wayne.
a little too dark to me.
Yeah.
I think the head sculpt looks good. I don't think the head sculpt is bad at all. I think it looks good. I mean, like I said, I picked up the sculpted one. Obviously, the rooted hair looks incredible in the
This
background.
is the photo.
This looks
right
awesome. And in this
That
photo, you can
looks-
kind of see the close-up shots and all the different details. And that's what I'm talking about. They just kind of went a little bit further on the details than Hot Toys in the chest area. Definitely a fan of that. And this looks like cloth right here. This looks like a nice cloth material, which is good to see.
Yeah, this is the photo that literally to me looks like.
Oh yeah, I mean you could even see like the stubble.
That's what I'm saying. Like that looks like that, and just they took a photo of him right there.
Yeah. Here's a shot of him with the cowl on. I am curious again. My biggest curiosity is the articulation, because they're not doing like a full 90 here, and it may just be the pose he's in, because he is kind of like loading up the firearm there. But I'm curious to see how poseable these figures are. That's my biggest concern. Obviously, when I get the Joker figure, apparently that's coming earlier than expected, maybe October. Once I get the Joker figures in hand, I'll be able to tell you guys what I think of them. I'll definitely be doing a review. Yeah, man, that sculpted hair ain't it, bro. It's not. I think Hot Toys definitely did a better job on the sculpted hair, and once we pull up photos, you'll see how detailed they are. We do have a bit more of a closer to a almost 9. That's basically 90 degrees there, and that's not too bad. I think I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, the body is the biggest question right now. That's what everyone wants to see. That's what everyone's curious about. So obviously that's like one of the first questions everybody has. If the figure looks good, they want to see how it feels in hand. Like perfect example, this Demogorgon by 3-0. That was my biggest question when I got it. Before I got it in hand, I was like, I'm curious what the body feels like. Because 3-0 doesn't have a great track record with bodies. They've really been mediocre at best. So that's my biggest question with these Inart figures. I will say there's an incredible amount of detail in the back here. You can kind of see this like lace work going up the back and all the different details and such. Like they definitely came out with the details for sure on this figure. I have no complaints about that. Again, it's more so the sculpted hair, I think, is the biggest issue on the figure. And maybe they're just not quite there yet with the sculpted hair. Obviously, that takes a ton of precise work when you're sculpting individual hairs on a head. That's a lot of work, and it takes an experienced sculptor to pull that off well. Here's their bat signal. I will say theirs has more of like a rusty look compared to the Hot Toys. Keep that idea in mind when we start talking about the Hot Toys.
Looks more metallic, too.
Yeah, it's very rusty looking. The Hot Toys looks more like fresh and new. In terms of the sculpt, I think they're very comparable, in my opinion. I don't think one is better over the other. I think they're very comparable. It's just they kind of have two different takes. This one's more rusty, and the other one looks kind of like more new and not as beaten up. It's kind of hard to tell in the Hot Toys photos, though, because the way they have it set up with all those different crazy backgrounds they have going on, but we'll see that in a minute. I'm curious if this... I haven't looked. Does this flashlight actually have an LED in it? Do you guys know? I'm not positive on that.
I have no idea. I haven't seen any pictures with it lit up at all.
It looks like Photoshop to me, to be honest with you. That's my guess. I think it's probably Photoshop. Yeah, the rooted hair looks great. I have no complaints about the rooted hair. I think it looks awesome. It's just me personally, I'm not a huge fan of rooted hair. I don't want to have to like comb it back in place, especially like that Inart Pennywise. The weird shape that Inart that Pennywise's hair is in. There's no way I trust like that keeping shape over time. It does look like an LED bulb, but hey, you know Hot Toys. Remember that with the Ahsoka DX from the Mandalorian? They photoshopped the lantern being lit, so I don't trust these companies, dude. I gotta see it in the specs. I haven't read through the specs yet, because honestly, because I didn't purchase this figure, I didn't immediately go look at everything he comes with in like in detail, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was photoshopped. So here's a shot of the hands. Again, like he doesn't come with that much. That's really, apart from all the different pieces of paper and stuff that they've thrown in with them, the Riddler cards and stuff, you don't really get too much with this figure apart from the bat signal. So I would have liked to see more in the accessory department for both of these figures, and we didn't get the freaking thumb drive, man. I really wanted to get that thumb drive. especially with the Bruce Wayne. That would have been cool.
Get a computer.
This is a really bad angle for the sculpted Bruce Wayne because I don't think it looks too great there. I will say, if I can, I did say this, the computer, if I could find that on the secondary market, I do want to grab that for my Hot Toys because this is really cool. I like this a lot, and obviously it played an important role in the film, so I would love to grab this computer.
Yep.
So this is why I grabbed the sculpted right here. Like, I think the front shot is pretty good. Again, the sculpted hair isn't the strongest, but I think it looks pretty good, and the sculpt looks good too, in my opinion. I really wanted a Bruce Wayne, Pattinson Bruce Wayne, so I was happy to see, and that was my biggest question. I was like, are they going to give us the Pattinson Bruce Wayne separate? Are they going to put it behind a paywall like they did with the Joker 2-pack? And I'm glad they didn't. This is really cool, and I'm glad that they separated. And I think the tailoring is really nice. Mm-hmm. I think it's very well tailored. And when you have a coat sitting so close to the body like that, you can tell there's a lot of attention to detail there. And they paid close attention to the fitment on the coat. I don't think the prices are listed on here. I do have Spec Fiction's website pulled up. Let's actually see if they mention if that's an LED flashlight. Oh, yeah. So 1 flashlight equipped with LED light and 2 batteries. Cool. So that probably has button cell batteries because it's so small. So that's cool. But, yeah, again, it just doesn't come with that much. I wish it came with more. I mean, this is all you get.
And you get 3 cards, man.
Forgot about the grappling hooks. Yeah, you get the cards. You get both the head sculpt and the cowl. You get the flashlight, the computer. I think the computer only comes with the all-in set, correct? I'll have to check, but I think the computer...
Oh, yeah. My bad.
I think it comes with the all-in set.
It does, yeah.
Pedro said, since it's the prototype, maybe they will fix the sculpted hair. It's possible. Obviously, we've seen Hot Toys do that recently, actually, with their Batman, but because I don't know this company very well, and a lot of us don't know this company very well, I don't know what their plans are, because we have no history to go off of, so... maybe they'll make changes. Who knows? I would like to see changes. I think the sculpted hair looks good enough, but I would like to see something different.
Now, here's one gripe I have. It's you already get the cards with the Batman, and if you want to go all in and get like both of these guys, not only are you getting those 3 cards, but then you're going to get them again with this guy.
Yeah, that's true. If you get the all-in set, you're not getting anything separate, you know?
Yeah, it's like what makes it, you know, that's special. And then What are you going to do with 6 cards? I mean...
Right. So there's something to note. I don't think there's any mention of the bat signal being USB powered. Let me double check. Does it say anything here about it?
Does Inart have an
light up feature?
Does Inart have an expected release date?
Yeah. Once we go to Spec Fiction, which I'll probably pull up here in a second, they have the expected release dates on there. But yeah, that's it for this page. Let me. Here we go. I'm gonna pull up Spec Fiction, and we'll see the expected release date and the prices on everything. So the bat signal, $189. The Hot Toys one, I believe, is $160, $165. This one has no mention whatsoever of USB power, so I would say if it does not include USB power and it's $30 or so more, in my personal opinion, that would not be worth it. If you're just buying the bat signal, let's just say you're someone who's not buying anything else other than the bat signal. You bought the standard Hot Toy, the Batman, and then you bought the bat signal. If I had to pick one bat signal, it would not be this one. Higher price, no mention of USB power. As of right now, I think the Hot Toys bat signal is a better deal, in my opinion. The all-in pack, the topic of conversation, $949 for this guy. Honestly, that's about the same as the Joker 2-pack.
Yeah.
Is it terrible? I don't think so. I think they're both rooted. They both have rooted sculpts. You're getting both figures and basically everything else that comes with all the figures you get. So, yes. So this is they are an official distributor of Inart and Queen Studios products. So if you want to buy somewhere in the U.S., we're not sponsored by any. I can't talk. We're not sponsored by them or anything or have any affiliation with them. But this is where I'm purchasing my Inart figures from because they are definitely a reputable site. And they also do offer payment plans. They offer shop pay. They have flex pay. They have all kinds of stuff. if you pay in full up front, which isn't always the best idea, because you got to shell out money way in advance of the release. But if you do, they do give you a bit of a discount as well. And they also have a referral program, which I've taken advantage of before. I referred somebody and I got a $15 coupon, so that's cool. But yeah, $9.49 for the all-in set, and once again, you get everything that we showed in those previous photos for $9.49. I think the biggest concern that a lot of people have here, and it's understandable, is I'm shelling out $1,000 for a company that has shown me nothing, essentially. It's all been prototypes. Yeah. And I totally understand that argument because we haven't seen anything in hand from them yet. We did get an update on the Joker figures, and they are looking good in their photos. But again, the Joker figure is what's going to decide kind of how everybody moves forward with this company. Because they're banking everything on that Joker figure. That's their first release. They probably got more pre-orders than any of these other figures combined for that Joker. So everything's banking on that Joker set. That's why I decided to pre-order it. I didn't have anything in terms of the Heath Ledger Joker yet, and that set really intrigued me, so I did pre-order it. I hope it turns out good. I'm definitely not completely against Inart. A lot of people, I'm sure, have an opposite opinion, but I would like to see them do well. It's just I'm being cautious about it, and I have questions. But I do hope it turns out, and I hope everybody's happy with what they get, because it is nice to have some competition in the game. If anything, if you're not a fan of Inart, you can at least admit that they have pushed Hot Toys a little bit to kind of improve their quality and push themselves further, put out more releases to kind of compete with them. And Hot Toys is doing that. I mean, the Nightmare Batman 2-pack, they gave us much better material in the coat for the Nightmare Batman. We also got improvements to the Batman figure. Right after Inart announced theirs, they announced their improvements. They added an extra hair sculpt included with the same price. So it is pushing Hot Toys to do more, and I definitely appreciate that. It's definitely good for us when companies have competition, because then they're going to push themselves more and more. And again, we're seeing Hot Toys do that. So in terms of so this is just the single Batman figure with the rooted hair. This is what he comes with. Again, not that much in the grand scheme of things. $5.19. I'll tell you before we jump to the Hot Toys one, you're looking at $5.15 all in, and that includes the bat signal. So I think for a lot of people, and more, and it's got the wingsuit and everything and we'll take a look at it, but I think that's where Hot Toys has an edge is, yes, the Inart may have some finer details on some things, but the Hot Toys price, I think, is much better for what you get. They're throwing in the bat signal for less than what they're charging for this one. So I could see a lot of people seeing value in that, including myself. And that's why I'm keeping my my Batman pre-order with Hot Toys.
Yeah,
go ahead, Chris,
I think it's going to come down to, like Insane One said, probably reviews for some people. But I also think at the end of the day, if you don't want to pass, or if you're trying to get one right now because you love the movie so much, if you're a huge Batman fan and you absolutely love this Pattinson and you want a real representation, maybe this is the way to go in art. But if you're just like, hey, I like the film, I want this Batman represented, then I would strongly recommend Hot Toys because of everything that they're offering. So it's one of those pick and chooses. The prices are right there. It's a tough decision. And at the end of the day, this is kind of what us as collectors wanted, is that choice. And this is kind of one of the first ones where we're actually meeting a head-to-head with two products that are kind of giving us the same thing.
Right.
But what I don't want to happen is somebody to exclude just because this came out and it looks, great or whatever, that they think the Hot Toys is automatically shit. And it's not, because we know what they give. We know what they're capable of. This company, we don't know yet. But it still looks good. So it's like, go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. It was your time to talk. I'm sorry. My bad.
No, it's good, dude.
Sean,
but,
Sean, we need to hear more from you. Go ahead. Let Sean jump in.
That's what I'm saying.
So, Hot Toys has never once canceled an item. Okay, I can't confirm this, but I've already heard that Queen Studios has, with projects they've worked on within art, have canceled items before already.
Really?
Not 1.6. I can't prove it, This is what I've heard.
I can't prove
well, it's hearsay. I mean, I didn't really know anything about Queen Studios until I saw their bust from the 2021. I can't even remember what it was called. It was something that was happening in Asia, and they were showing all the Iron Man Mark 50, Mark 85 bust, and the Rescue, and the Thanos. I never heard of them before.
Right.
But Hot Toys has never, regardless of Inart's never have, and I never heard of that before.
Right.
Hot Toys has never not produced something they officially announced.
That's true.
They have always came through, no matter what.
Very true.
You know, they go through, they have a process. They've been around, what? Let's see, 15 years now? 15 or 16 years. So it's been a long time. So they have a process down. They have over 30 factories that they're working with to produce items.
Yeah.
They have an incredible painting head sculpt staff.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, they need to start producing more, but hey.
Yeah, I think
we have everything we need from them, but I feel, and this is up to everyone else to decide individually, the Batman stuff from Hot Toys is worth more to me as a collector because I get more for less money without losing the Hot Toys quality.
Now, see, this is where people are starting to say, like, oh, it's the whole quality over quantity thing, but what they're doing when they say that is like excusing Hot Toys quality like it's that much worse than this Inart product, and it's not. Well, because we know what Hot Toys brings.
Yeah, there was someone yesterday, I'm not going to say their name out of respect for them, but they said in another stream, they said that the Hot Toys were average quality. So just because Inart has popped up and started putting out photos of figures that haven't released yet, people are now turning their backs on Hot Toys and saying, well, they've done this better and they've done that better. And it's okay to speculate based on photos, but when you're making like blanket statements like that without any facts because you haven't seen the figure in hand, I tend to kind of you lose me with your argument there. You know what I mean? It's a lot of these statements are being thrown around. Like you have to see the stuff in hand first, to be honest with you. And again, it's okay to look at the photos and say, this looks good. I like this more than the Hot Toys. Perfectly acceptable. But we have to understand, like, we don't know what we're actually going to get in hand from this company. And until we actually see, like, the Joker in hand and we see what they're working with and what they're putting out in terms of quality, we can't really say that this is better than the Hot Toys yet.
We don't even know how many points of articulation there are.
Right.
And with, like, the images from this item here, from this Batman.
Yeah, so this is the
okay, I'm looking at 3 per each leg, so that's 6. Limited waist movement, so that would be 7. Movement in the shoulders, we still don't fully know if there's even movement in the elbows because
they've been so dodgy with those questions about articulation too.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the biggest question, honestly.
I mean, right now the way I'm calculating it, it's we either have 11 or 13 points of articulation, and that is it. Just off of this figure. If we look at the Joker is completely different.
He's got those
because that's less articulation than what I'm seeing. Because, for example, the one where he's behind bars, we don't see him doing anything else but sitting down.
I think that's the main point of that one, to be honest with you.
I mean, they could at least take pictures of him standing up or something, but that's my concern.
At the end of the day, literally all we do is we're supposed to collect what we love, and what these two products is to give you a representation of Batman. So whoever gets whatever, like, I'm not going to judge you because I'll still walk into your collection and be like, oh, that's Batman. It's just a matter of which one you prefer instead of bashing the other, because they both do great things in their own way.
Right, and it's like, and I'm gonna go through the pricing, and I'm gonna put the question up on screen that we talked about before the stream started, and we're gonna kind of get into this further. I want to address a couple comments, and I'm gonna go over pricing on these two, and we'll move on to the hot toys, and then we'll talk about it further. But yeah, there's some interesting points raised here. And OG brings up a good point as well. He says, as far as he's concerned, Hot Toys is quality that he knows and trusts. How can you judge the quality of Inart until something is released? That's true. Very, very true. And Hot Toy Collector also says all the talk about Inart is kind of irrelevant right now. The upcoming first release will be the definitive product for Inart. It will make or break them. And absolutely it will. It will make or break them. A lot of people are, including myself, are putting a lot of faith in that. And if they don't deliver, then you lost me. You definitely lost me. But yeah, so for the sculpted Bruce Wayne, we're looking at $289. I had a coupon and I put mine on the payment plan. I ended up paying like $274 for this guy, which I think is pretty fair. I think that's reasonable for sure. And this is why I'm not a huge fan of the sculpted hair. It does look great, don't get me wrong, but we're going from $289 to $399. You're paying $100, $110 extra for some rooted hair. If you're a fan of rooted hair and it makes the figure look that much more better for you, more power to you. I totally respect that. But for me personally, it's like I can't justify an extra $110 for rooted hair. And it's interesting that Inart, a big portion of their business is pushing these rooted hair products. And I guess they saw a niche in the market where a lot of companies weren't doing rooted hair or high quality rooted hair. So I'm not surprised that they're pushing that a lot. And like I said, I respect those who are a big fan of rooted hair. Me personally, I'm going to stick to the sculpted. I think the cost is much better. And I think in a lot of situations it looks better and you don't have to mess with it, you know. But let's move on to the Hot Toys version. We've seen what Inart has to offer. We've seen pricing on the Inart figures. I will say it is nice that Inart gave us more options this time around. If you don't want to get both, you can get one or the other. If you don't want to get the sculpted, you can get the rooted. If you don't, you know what I mean? If you don't want to get the rooted, you can get the sculpted. I like options. I do appreciate that from Inart because obviously once that Gandalf came out for $500, we're all flipping out like, what are you doing, man? You're asking $500 and you haven't shown us anything yet. You're just showing us prototypes. We haven't seen anything in hand, you know? So I'm glad to see that they're trying to get the cost down a little bit because they went a little too hard with pricing on that Gandalf. I think that was ridiculous. $500 for that? No, thank you. Let's move on to the Hot Toys. And actually, the photos I'm pulling up now, when people are doing these comparisons, I've seen a lot of people being a bit unfair because a lot of people on Facebook specifically weren't showing the updated photos of the Batman with the improved proportions and everything. So we're going to look at those first so you get an idea of what the true comparison is between the two. But right off the bat, guys, you could see that I think the sculpted hair is leaps and bounds better on the Hot Toys. You can see more detail. You see more individual strands of hair. The Inart, as of right now, just seems like... the wrinkles in his forehead, too. The Inart, with the hair, it just seems like more of a solid piece of plastic as opposed to individually sculpted hairs that have detail to them. I feel like it's just they need some work on the sculpted hair for the Inart. The Hot Toys I'm really impressed with, and this is actually the updated hair sculpt because originally we had like kind of the parted hair Bruce Wayne look as opposed to, hey, I just pulled my helmet off on my bike or I just pulled my cowl off and my hair is sweaty and all over the place. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that they included this and it did not come with an additional charge, which is always nice. Here's the other hair sculpt that I'm talking about. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm speaking out tonight.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
You know the outfit that he wears over his bat costume for the when he's driving around on the motorcycle.
Yeah, when he's on the motorcycle. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish that came with the deluxe version too, because that would have been awesome.
Been cool. Yeah.
I mean, but that could be like a Toy Fair exclusive later. But I'm kind of sad too because we're not going to see another Batman for at least 3+ years now because of the Discovery takeover.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I was really excited for that. So that's part of the reason why I'm definitely buying into all these figures, this whole line, really, because we're not going to see figures for 3 years. And then that's just them being announced. Then you're waiting another 1.5 years for the stuff to actually release. So OG says, collectors 2 years ago, rooted hair makes it look like a Barbie doll. Collectors today, $500 for rooted hair? I'm in. Yeah, dude, the rooted hair stuff, like I said, it's puzzling to me personally. It looks cool. It definitely, I think Inart has put out some photos where the rooted hair looks cool on some of these figures. But for me personally, I just can't justify spending an extra $100 for some rooted hair, you know? $110 specifically. Definitely a huge fan of this sculpted hair, though, and I do like the sculpted hair more on the Inart Bruce Wayne versus the Batman, because I don't like the Batman sculpted hair. I think they need to work on that.
Yeah, especially Hot Toys. They've gotten really, really good with their sculpted hair.
Yeah, for sure. We saw that with the Cable. When we were looking at photos of Cable on last week's stream. He looked incredible. You can't even tell that it's rooted hair. That's how good they're getting. But so people talking about the proportions and saying he's too bulky. They did change up the proportions a bit. I will say, to Hot Toys' credit, this is a bad angle on the figure to show proportions off. Why would you show him on an angle? We want to see him from the front. That's the most accurate representation of proportions on a body. So I will say I'm a little confused why they decided to go with this photo here. But,
I see what you're saying about that chest part already.
Right. You see what I mean? Like, it's so shiny. Why is it, like, and even in the stills that Sean was showing me, it's shiny, like, towards the top here. It's not shiny on the whole like, breastplate section. So I am curious if they will go back and fix that, if they're just like, we're happy with how it looks. But again, earlier we were talking about the details in between the ribbing and such, and I still think it looks really good with the Hot Toys version. It's just not quite as fine as the Inart from what we could tell in the photos.
You know what I will say, though, that I give Hot Toys here? So I agree with you, the detail part, but as far as the look of the material, I feel like Hot Toys on that abdomen part got it closer to the film. To me, that looks more like the actual, like when he stuck the plates inside. Like it looks like he stuck plates in there. The other one, I don't know, was almost bestie. Like this one looks like he filled some slots with plates.
Yeah, with the Hot Toys version, this does not look like a prototype to me. No, but the Inart one does.
Yeah.
That's just my take on it. And I'm not trying to bash Inart.
Right.
But looking at it, this looks like they're ready now. Like, I mean, I don't know if Hot Toys got an early in on the costume a couple years ago, and then COVID settled down, so they had time to work on it and improve it.
Very possible.
But this is yeah, it is a little bit too shiny.
You see what I mean? Like, when you get a close-up of it, it's like the whole thing is shiny. And if they're going to kind of go off of those stills that we saw, it should be kind of shiny towards the top.
And you know what it could be? Because this thing is detachable, maybe they have to have it a different material and can't match whatever the abdomen is to hold it in place.
Possibly, but I feel like they could still paint over it, though, to make it look
They could use the magnet maybe, too.
Yeah, but this is really
knows?
Cool. I don't
they
know
might
if the
update
Inart,
it.
I don't think the Inart does that. I don't think the Inart has a removable batarang.
No, I don't think so either.
So this is definitely a plus, in my opinion, for the Hot Toys. And I'm glad that they went back through and said, hey, we're giving you a die-cast batarang. Yeah, like, die-cast is awesome. I will say that when Inart's throwing the die-cast with everything, I'm like, yeah, I love die-cast. Die-cast is cool, man.
And you get the rolling eyeball.
Exactly, yeah. You get the PERS system. I love the PERS system. It allows you to customize your figure more. Anything that makes figures more customizable, I'm game, man. Like, more hands. That's my biggest problem with Hot Toys right now. Like, stop giving us so few hands, bro. Like, hands make everything with a figure. There's so many different things you could do when you're given more hands. So that's my biggest gripe with Hot Toys right now, Howie. Give us more hands, man, especially with troopers. Like the 501st, you didn't even give us a hand to hold the front of the rotary cannon. What are you doing, bro?
Yeah, already, like I've said, this is like, you're already seeing quality here, but within these first few photos, you're already kind of seeing more for your money. Like the whole rolling eyeball, the sculpt. I know you get face plates and then the display base. You get the wingsuit. And
yeah. I think the Inart does have the
list just goes on.
Yeah, there's a lot of value here at the Hot Toys one. And I do think the sculpt looks better from Hot Toys, like by a long shot. I think I prefer the Hot Toys sculpt. And again, the sculpted hair if you're getting the sculpted Inart, or you're interested in the sculpted Inart, like this one wins 10 times over in my opinion. Some people may have different opinions on that, but me personally, I think the Hot Toys one, they did a better job with the head sculpt and the hair overall.
I can see it. Great. I can see if this sells well that there'll be an announcement for a quarter scale.
It's very possible, dude. I want to see what else happens with this line for sure.
I mean, because there's 3 years between movies, so Howard forked out all this money for the license for this line.
Yeah.
You want to know what probably killed Inart's pre-orders a little bit more?
We'll get back to your comment, OG, but holy crap! Apparently, Sideshow is shipping out the Dark Trooper, man.
Instead of them doing a Bruce Wayne, they could have done the Selena Kyle.
Yeah.
Or the Penguin.
Yeah, I would love to see all of the villains and anti-heroes from this film. I think Hot Toys is definitely at least going to take a stab at the Riddler. I've said this on quite a few occasions, and of course we're going to get the Batmobile. But I don't think Hot Toys is done yet with the Batman. Like you said, Sean, they've put a lot of money into this, so I think there's more coming. They've already told us there's more coming. It's just a matter of when and how much,
That's the other thing. You might be getting a Bat Cycle with this.
Yeah.
Because, there is a Bat Cycle. There's the...
Right. We got the Bat Cycle. The Batmobile is going to be coming eventually. Yeah. I think Inart is doing the Bat Signal as well. Bat Signal.
There's one regular version, then there's a deluxe version.
Yeah, I actually have all the versions pulled up, so we'll go through them after we're done looking through these photos. I literally have just like we did with Inart, to be fair across the board, we have everything that Inart has to offer and everything Hot Toys has to offer in terms of the Batman. OG says in this instance he doesn't care how accurate the Hot Toys Batman is. It looks dope and it'll be his first Batman. Well, congratulations. My first Batman will actually be the... Ooh, someone's mad.
Like Batman, too.
Yeah, that's like the jealousy sound right there.
Right, get off stream. Pay attention to me. But yeah, my first Batman will be actually the Batfleck. Because, actually, no, I feel actually my Dx19 will show up beforehand. So my first Batman will be the Dx19. And then right after that, I will be getting my Batfleck. The Nightmare Batman. So go ahead, Chris. You had something to say. Sorry to cut you off.
I think I might have... it was just going back to that that Bat Cycle. It's like, if it's probably made for Hot Toys, like the Hot Toys one will fit on it. We don't know if the Inart will be able to, like, if you get that one in one.
Yeah.
It's like, what if you get it and then it articulates but not enough to get on your cycle if you want to display it like that.
Right, because obviously Hot Toys keeps that in mind when they're developing these figures. And it's funny you bring that up, because on another stream, I think it was on Geeking Out, we were talking about how Hot Toys keeps that in mind when they're manufacturing these figures to go along with the vehicles. And apparently I was told that the OG Mando that comes with the Blurg has a stronger bit of articulation in the lower area on the legs versus the original release.
I don't think,
and that makes a lot of sense.
But I heard that when it was first coming out.
You don't think that's what, Sean?
I don't think that's needed, because I have that from Inbox Studio. I have that Blurg, and I have the Mandalorian on top of it, and the legs spread apart is fine.
Yeah. I mean, the OG Mando did have a bit of a fat suit in it, so I could see why they would try to like alleviate as much of the pressure from the fat suit as possible. But yeah, I think you can get it to work if you're experienced enough in posing. Hot Toys Collector makes a good point here. He says Hot Toys always has issues with villains. No Way Home was the exception. The rest of the other lines are just frustration. Not in the Star Wars line. The Star Wars line, they treated us well with villains. I mean, we got Krennic, many Vaders. We got Emperor Palpatine. We've got plenty of Death Troopers, because those are villains too. They're troopers. Count Dooku. Darth Maul. Yeah, we got Grievous, but that's from Sideshow. But we have no shortage of Star Wars villains. But yeah, Marvel, they definitely neglect the villains a little bit. But that's the thing.
The Dark Knight trilogy, look at all the villains they hit there.
Yeah, we got Scarecrow, Bane,
Joker,
Two-Face, Catwoman. And we're getting another Catwoman. That new Catwoman's nice, man. Yeah, dude, this sculpt is, the more I look at it, I'm like, this is definitely the winner for me
Won't
personally.
won't pose as good with the pod as it does in the statue though.
Yeah, that's true. Here's a shot of him holding the Batarang. I think this will probably be some pretty strong magnets in the chest to get it to hold there sturdy enough in the chest area. But again, I'm really hoping that they fix this chest. That's my biggest complaint about the Hot Toys one, is that shininess to the chest. So here's a
There
front
doesn't
shot
look
finally of the
bad.
proportions. It looks pretty good. I think with the chest, the shininess is going to come out more when you have more lighting on it, because obviously this is a photo where it's got less lighting, less direct lighting. But you can see the proportions from the front. I think they look pretty good. A lot of people are comparing the proportions between this and the Inart, of course. And I saw someone say the Inart looks more like a man in a suit versus the Hot Toys one, where it's like a superhero type character in a suit. And I kind of understand where they're coming from, but I do like the proportions on this one a lot. I like that he's a bit bulkier. And I think in certain poses, if you put him in the exact same pose, they're not too far off. Yeah, definitely a really cool release. I know Oilers had brought up this little section here. I kind of see what he's saying, but I definitely have no issue here with how the little gauntlet piece looks. It's so funny because every time I see this, it reminds me of the Death Trooper. Hot Toys collector, you're killing me, man. You're not a Star Wars fan. That's okay. I'm a fan of everything at this point. Star Wars is my love, but I also love Marvel. I'm getting into DC more and more as the days go on, so that's okay. Maybe one day you'll come back to Star Wars, but I totally understand it. Especially you're in Singapore. I think Marvel is definitely really big in Singapore, so that's probably why you don't really get exposed to Star Wars as much as we do here in the States. You probably see more Marvel advertisements and things like that, so that's kind of what you grew up on.
I like to dip into everything too. That's what collecting madness.
Yeah, you're the collecting madness. All right, so let's move on to all the different versions from Hot Toys. We saw the updated photos, so keep in mind, as we're going to the Sideshow listings, these do not have the updated proportions and everything like that. But guys, you're paying $5.15, and what are you getting? We'll scroll through the photos really quickly. You can see what I was talking about here. I think the sculpt is pretty good on both of them. You don't have as much rust on the bat signal as you do with the Inart. I don't know which is more accurate, to be honest with you. I haven't compared.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, but I do
right
kind of like that one more.
Yeah, you do get the wingsuit. That's a big plus. And you get this amazing display base. That's the thing, guys.
That you can change.
Right, for $5.15, you get the bat signal. You get the wingsuit. You get this amazing deluxe display base that is light up, I believe.
Yeah.
It does light up.
The head sculpt.
Right.
It's battery powered.
You also get face plates.
Right, so like you said, you can change it. Like, there's so many different things you could do with this base, and that's just an extra add-on that you aren't getting with the Inart. So this is where the Inart kind of loses me in terms of the Batman. I just think this comes with cooler stuff, and I appreciate accessories quite a bit. I like having different extra accessories to pose them in different ways.
And then
also
face plates.
Also the interchangeable mouthpiece. That's another thing that we didn't mention. Those can completely change the look of the figure. So I'm definitely a fan of the Hot Toys one. I like everything that's included with this. I think it's a much, much better value. Again, I do understand people with Inart, they're like, I like the closer details. I'm willing to pay for the closer up details. Me personally, I want value for my money. And I also think Hot Toys does look really good. I'm not saying that to say like Hot Toys is just a good value for the money and it doesn't look that good. I think it looks great.
And the
it just comes with a lot more. An incredible amount. Right, an incredible amount of hands. You got the cardboard backdrop. You got the wingsuit, the display base where you can do multiple different things with the display base. I don't know. For me, it's a no-brainer, guys. It's an overall better value for your money, in my opinion. Looking at this now, I know I made the right decision. For my own personal taste, I want to see more for my money, and I'm getting more for my money with the Hot Toys in terms of an overall package. Yes, Inart has better details on some of the aspects of the figure, but for me, with the package that Hot Toys is giving us for $5.15 versus $5.19, and you don't even get the back signal with the other one, with the rooted hair, $5.19, this is the one I'm going with personally.
This has PERS and it's not a DX, or?
Yeah. No, it's not a DX.
Yeah, it's just a normal release, normal deluxe release, and it has the PERS system. They've been doing that a lot lately, like Ahsoka, for example, the Clone Wars Ahsoka. She has the PERS system, and she's not a DX.
The only reason I was gonna say that is because if it was, you would get a special box, and then that's another thing is like the packaging that Hot Toys brings. We don't know what Inart's packaging is like.
Boys!
I just got the arena suit notification.
Boys! Yes, me too. Thank you, Insane One. Holy crap. Check that out.
It's happening.
Let's go. Arena suit. Wow, Insane One. We owe you, man. I'm checking my email when you're telling me about the emails that you're getting. Freaking arena suit. Let's go. When is it shipping? The 23rd, bro. The 23rd. Let's go. I have another one. One of mine I set to charge immediately. The other one I have on a payment plan. I think I've already made one payment on that one. But let's go. Arena suit shipping already, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm excited for that one. Insane. What figures apart from the first one that you mentioned did you get shipping emails for?
The Dark
that pose is really good. Well, he mentioned the Dark Trooper, but he said he got more emails after that. So I'm curious what he got the emails for. But yeah, OG, this pose is amazing, dude. I'm a big fan of this pose, and every time I see these photos, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah, did you get your email, OG? I hope you did. You're part of the Boba Fett club. I hope you got your email already. Unless you still have yours on a payment plan, that's understandable if you haven't. But moving on, what do we have next in my list here? Okay, so we have the deluxe. So this is just We'll actually look at the collector first. Actually, no, we'll go down. We're gonna go down. But go ahead, say what you're gonna say.
No, because you mentioned before the whole arena thing about Ahsoka like having the PERS. It's weird because that one isn't a DX, but the one from Mandalorian is.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep doing that. They keep throwing in. I feel like the DX series is kind of getting watered down as releases.
Nobody knows what it is anymore.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But let's look at the deluxe Batman and what he comes with.
Hey,
so you get that same? Go ahead.
While you're going through the pictures, I just want to point out something. Regardless who makes the licensed product Batmobile from the Batman, if you look at all the images that we've seen between Inart, the ones we've seen from Hot Toys, ones that are coming up, look at the articulation for the abdominal and the hips. Because Hot Toys has already proven to me that this will fit in a Batmobile. Inart does not.
Speaking of the Batmobile, perfect timing. Bro, when I tell you... Sorry, I just had to throw this in there, Sean. When I tell you I'm excited for this Pattinson Batmobile, that is an understatement. And to see this photo of him standing behind it, like, come on, Hot Toys, what are you waiting on? There's about to be a war of the Batmobiles from all these different companies. I think... there was 3 companies interested in doing it. It was obviously Hot Toys. Oh, Jazz Inc. was the other one. So yeah, it's going to be the war of the Batmobiles. Who's going to come out on top? Who knows? Who knows? But
Hot Toys.
Really, yeah. I think in terms of price, I think Hot Toys is definitely going to have the best price for sure. I mean, look at the DeLorean. I mean, the DeLorean I think is very fairly priced at $825, I believe, is the price for the DeLorean. Oh, Insane One got his too. Let's go, dude. The Arena Boba Fett's going to be an amazing figure. I can't wait.
Yeah, I would be surprised if the Batmobile cost more than the DeLorean.
It's tough to say because the Batmobile is obviously probably a longer vehicle.
It is, but there's no switch out parts like the DeLorean. There's no special stand that's needed for it. It's all alone. So the DeLorean comes with a stand.
That's true. That's very true. I'm curious, and we are a bit later in the timeline where prices have changed a little bit. But yeah, I'm curious what the pricing is going to be like on this. But I don't care. I will make room in the wallet and in my house for it because that dude, when he came out, engine blazing with that V8 sound,
it was
chasing
beautiful.
down the penguin, bro. Like, and then that final shot when the penguin's like happy, he thinks he got one over on Batman, and he blasts through the flames. Like, bro. When I saw that, all I could see was Hot Toys on the screen. That's all I could see. Really all I could see. Dude, the whole film, man. I loved this movie so much. I've seen it twice now, and that's a lot for this film because you got to sit through 3 hours. 3 hours is a lot for a movie for me. But I enjoyed every second of it through both watch-throughs, dude. I love this film, and I know Pattinson has been pretty widely well accepted, but some people are still not sold on it. Me personally, I was sold halfway through the film, man. I love Pattinson as the Batman. Me too. I was very impressed, and I loved the film. I was impressed by everybody. Zoe Kravitz, I loved her as Catwoman.
You were sold halfway through the film, man. To be honest, when he came out of the shadows and beat up those thugs or whatever in the beginning, that's when I was like,
that scene was amazing, but they shouldn't have showed us that in the trailer. And I know they did to get people excited, and I understand it, but because I had already seen that, I wanted to see more at that point. But like I said, halfway through the film, I'm like, okay, this is the Batman. I see why you called it the Batman, because this is the Batman. You know what I mean? I loved it. I was a huge fan, and like Sean said, it's very disappointing that they pushed the next film back because of the whole transferring of ownership of the companies.
But I think it's the right thing to do. I don't agree with. Yeah, I don't want it to happen. But the new CEO, I mean, the judgment calls that he's making right now to protect DC's image and the Warner Brothers image is something that no one's been doing. And he's already taking that. They're re-looking at every single DC license to see who's produced anything since they've had the license or not.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to hear of some companies losing their DC license.
I think you're right.
Over it.
Oilers, congrats, man. I got mine too. Although I thought you already had Arena Boba Fett. Why are you getting another one? You already have a perfectly good one that you made at home. Don't you dare betray your own special project. I just wanted to point out this photo because I think this mouth in particular looks a little, he's like, he looks a little ridiculous here, but it's so funny how the gritting teeth sculpts are so hit or miss. Like we talked about it with Cable the other day. Like he was one of the few where I'm like, okay, that's like the perfect choice for him because he kind of looked like that throughout the film. But yeah, guys, just continuing on with the topic at hand. This is everything that the deluxe comes with, and he's priced at $375. Now keep in mind, we saw the Inart with the rooted hair, $399.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Not $399 with rooted hair. With the sculpted hair, the Inart is $399, and it only comes with a small amount of accessories. So even with the deluxe, I'm seeing better value here versus the Inart. Again, the reason you're buying into the Inart is if you think that you like the details and the way they did things better, that'd be the reason for you to buy into the Inart for the sculpted version. I just wish Inart... I think that's Inart's biggest opportunity that they need to improve on is their accessories. They came out swinging from the gate with the Joker. The Joker came with really cool accessories, like some really nice stuff, all die-cast. He's got the die-cast bullets, the grenades, the little grenade vest, all that stuff. And it's like ever since then, the accessories have dwindled with each release, and it's very strange to me. Even with like Gandalf, for example, people had to fight to get that second staff, so... I think if they want to improve their value with the sculpted stuff especially, give us more accessories and stop doing all the paper. We're like, I will let it pass with this one for a little bit in some ways because obviously the paper, the cards played a big role in the film. So I can give them a pass on this one.
See, that's another thing that maybe Queen Studios or Inart doesn't fully get yet is because they're used to that statue game instead of the 1/6 game. And so us collectors, I know a lot of us like that posability, whole different display to have different options. So if you're given less and he's just on a magnetic base, it's not all we want. We like the option of having to be able to flip that diorama, the stair steps, or pose him with the bat signal, or, swap out a faceplate and, just change the mood up every now and then.
I agree. Oilers said we need to have an exclusive stream for us collectors who have both the animated and Arena Boba Fett. Hey, that's going to be a very exclusive club, but I'm there for it, Oilers. I'll do it, bro. I will do it. We'll do a Boba Fett Bonanza stream with me. Yeah. We'll bring in OG. Nate doesn't have the animated Boba Fett, so we can't bring him in. But we'll bring in If you have both of them, let us know. We'll do a Boba Fett bonanza when the Arena Boba Fett. That's gonna be a fun stream, bro. I'll tell you right now. I may do an unboxing video on the channel for the Arena Boba Fett, but I'm absolutely gonna show it off on stream when I get it because that's a very, very exciting release for me. We're gonna make something fun out of it for sure. Oh yeah, me too. I'm down, bro. Let's do it. Boba Fett bonanza. That's what we're calling it. Great idea. Once everything starts showing up, we'll do it. Yeah, empty your pockets. The Boba Fett bonanza. Dude, the animated Boba Fett is a super expensive figure. Definitely overpriced in my opinion, but it's so beautiful though. Like those colors in person, man, there's nothing like it. If you own the figure, you know. He said this Arena Boba Fett will make number 10 Boba in hand, 2 sideshow, but still. I think I'm sitting at 7 or 8 Bobas right now. So I'm either going to be at 8 or 9. I got to recount, but I have a lot. Yeah, dude, the vintage color Boba, that's an awesome figure. I feel bad for those that slept on that one because those colors are also incredible in person. Man, now you got me looking, wanting to look at the Arena Boba Fett again. We're going to have to pull that up later. Let's get through this Inart stuff and we're going to move on. But now you got me wanting to look at some Boba Fetts, man. I'm really excited for that.
You didn't need an
yeah, I did not need an excuse. No. He said, "How dare you? No price is too great for Boba Fett." Hey, I'm a big Boba Fett fan, but some price is too great. Like $850 for the Arena Boba. Get out of here. Get out of here with that. We're not paying $850. Hot Toys Collector, I'm going to bug you every stream now about Star Wars, bro. Everyone on this panel, we love Star Wars. It means a lot to us. So I'm going to make you a Star Wars fan. I've had friends in real life that had never seen the films, and I convinced them to do so. And they're even one of them. He's a hot toy collector. One of my best friends. He's a Star Wars hot toy collector. He loves Star Wars, and up until last year, like a year and a half ago, he had never seen Star Wars, and he's a huge fan now. So it's one of the things you just got to be influenced into watching it, and then you can make your final decision then once you start getting through the films. But you at least have to watch the original trilogy. You at least have to watch the original trilogy and then make your decision then if you want to continue on. Because that's how I watch them. I watch them in release order. Even though I wasn't lucky enough to see the original trilogy in theaters, because that was a bit before my time. I still was raised right watching the original trilogy first, so I got to experience it in release order. And that's why I have my displays the way they are. A lot of people ask me, why aren't they from the first film, Phantom Menace, on? It's because this is how I watch the films. So I have them in release order because that's how I watch them, and that's what's special to me. So that's why I have my display like that. So.
No, it makes sense that way because that's how George had it, and like the suspense is there as well. And I know we're not that old, but you and I did have to wait for at least, the other 3, the Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith to come out to complete that whole saga. And I remember waiting on that stuff, so it definitely ties in that whole Star Wars feel and getting the pieces of the puzzle together. So it's definitely fun to watch it that way.
Yeah. And it's just something different. Most people do it in, like I said, Phantom Menace on. But me personally, I like it release order. Older said Boba Fett commenting on his own figure. He's worth a lot to me. What is he? He's no good to me, dead. I love the original, all the original sound bites of Boba Fett before they made changes with Tamara Morrison. There's just something about it. Something about, like, just the simplicity of how the original Star Wars films were done. A lot of people hate on the special editions, and I understand why, because that's not how they originally were filmed, and those aren't all the original actors that were in those films. I know a lot of people were up in arms when they put Hayden Christensen in the Force Ghost scene and replaced Sebastian Shaw. Me personally, I love that. I'm a big Revenge of the Sith fan. I love Hayden Christensen because I'm a prequel baby. That's what I am, so... When I saw that, I'm super hyped, but also I love the ability to be able to watch the special editions and like the despecialized stuff, It's a different experience every time you watch it, so.
Have you seen this meme? I've seen it a lot going around. It's where Luke tells Ben, like, my father served in the Clone Wars, and then it's like a picture of a lady, and it's like 1977, it's like Clone Wars. Like, what's that?
Right. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, Rogue One Solo. That's a good order to watch him in for sure. Leighton says this Batman cannot wait. Yeah, dude, we've been talking about Batman for a while. We'll be moving on soon because we're getting Batmaned out. But glad to see you back in here, man. The sexy, oily black Boba Fett. Why'd you gotta throw in that oily, man? Thick Bantha Boy was already talking about Vaseline, and we were having none of that. And you're over here talking about oil. What is going on?
Vaseline to oily black.
Let's get through Batman real quick. So I'm just gonna jump to the final.
We can break out the oil. Can we break out the oil after Batman?
Sean, we're not breaking out the oil, dude. We're not.
Okay, in case you haven't been paying attention, the audience wants the oil.
Yeah. We're not doing
I think
look at him leaning back. He's ready.
No, look, and I'm not going to look at him leaning back. I'm not doing that. So I'm not looking over at Sean. I'm not doing it.
Do I need to pull out some $1 bills for you? Come on, you can do it.
Oh,
yeah, guys. See, this is people in chat. Sean is not the problem. It's you guys because you encourage this man to do these things, and now he's just doing it more and more every stream. And now we got to deal with this every stream.
Yojo just came up on camera for you to do it. Even she's like, "Come on, you can do it."
That poor neglected dog that you said wasn't even yours. How dare you? She heard that. She knows. But guys, $300. This is what good for her. This is what you get for $300. Not as exciting because you don't get that base, but I still think it's a very fair price. And again, just like Inart, I'm glad that Hot Toys gave us plenty of options. So for those who can't afford the deluxe or have no use for that deluxe display base because they don't have the room or they're just not interested in it, you have options. And I'm very glad to see that from both companies. I think both companies did a great job offering us many different options and different price points. And then finally, actually not finally, I'm jumping the gun here. Real quick. I have not seen this posted anywhere, guys. Oh, shoot. Guys, we have a special guest tonight, but not so special because he's always here. It's our boy, Lane. He's here in the flesh. Lane, how you doing, man? You made it in the dark in Batman fashion.
I literally just got home 10 minutes ago.
Dude, I'm glad you made it just on time. We're just finishing up talking about the Batman and we're moving on. But
the bat signal's low stock already.
Low stock, yes. No one else has reported this, and I figured it out as I was setting up for the stream. So guys,
it's tough being a genius, isn't it?
Right, it's tough being this awesome. See, this is why I love
already coming out with the fire.
I don't know. All I heard was when I was trying to come in, is I heard Sean and oiled up and coming out of HCH's.
Yeah,
HCH there. So I was kind of wondering, like, what am I coming into right now? It sounds.
Hey, did you see OG's comment?
Which one? This one? I want to read this one because I love Jeremy Bullock. I'm reading this one first. Rest in peace, Jeremy Bullock. I have an autograph from Jeremy Bullock. I'm currently getting framed. Definitely a really special reason to grab the Arena Boba Fett because this is a Jeremy Bullock Boba Fett. So, yeah, that's amazing. You have a Macquarie piece signed. Macquarie pieces are incredible. Some of that stuff gets so expensive. I would love to own a lot of the Ralph Macquarie stuff, but definitely really cool, dude. You'll have to send me a picture of that or tag me on Instagram if you have it up on Instagram. Euler said he saw Star Wars on VHS for the first time when he was 7 in 1993. Dude, yeah, that's my first watch through. I actually kept my uncle's original VHS tapes that he had when he was a kid, and I have them in my collection. I don't have them displayed right now, but I will eventually. They're not worth anything because you can get them on eBay for $20 for the set, but it's special to me because that is my first time experiencing Star Wars, and I have it in my collection. So that's amazing to me.
So, hey, since you guys were talking about Batman here, I know that's probably you guys probably already talked about it and everything. The comparison for Inart and the Hot Toys Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I mean, you guys would be silly if you hadn't, and I would be going poo, you're not doing it right.
I know, we've been talking about it, yeah, for sure.
But here's one thing I just wanted to point out for a second. So I'm sure you've seen the all-in, batch, which is like the Bruce Wayne, which is yay, I guess for me anyway, and then the Batman and stuff. I don't know if you guys looked at though that you can buy the combo pack of the Bat Signal and the Batman and get the Bat Cycle for probably about the same, if not a little bit less.
You're talking about like if you get the deluxe and the Bat Cycle and everything, it's less than the rooted 2-pack.
Before shipping.
Yeah.
Before shipping. That's got to remember shipping and tax though.
Yeah, especially on vehicles.
Now,
it's up there, man.
It might be a little bit different. Like say you buy it from off the racks or something like that. If they just have the price and don't charge. But I mean, I guess so. What I was going to ask you guys here. So if you guys were dead set that you were going to get one or the other, and this is the chat too. Even though I know we've got OG fan when Star Wars, with just Star Wars, I have to say it out every time, just like Aries used to, because that is my favorite probably name.
Oh, you love that because I just say OG. I'm big on shortening stuff.
Well, I would normally never say every single time. Should you say that name out?
Like Oilers, I call him Oilers. I don't call him Oilers Workshop unless we're talking about like his company and the stuff he's doing. I call him Oilers.
Yeah, but if you guys were going to select one or the other, where you're having to look at it with the pricing point, would you guys go with and I'm asking you kind of compare two parts of this. Would you guys prefer going for the Inart to have the Bruce Wayne with it for the price point that all-in pack is? Or would you guys be more all-in getting the Hot Toys combo with also getting an actual vehicle with the Bat Cycle?
So here's what I did. And we've kind of talked about this. What I did was I already have it on pre-order. I grabbed the Pattinson deluxe set with the Pattinson Batman deluxe set with the bat signal and everything from Hot Toys. And then when I saw Inart, they did me a favor and did the Bruce Wayne separate. I went and grabbed the sculpted Bruce Wayne because that's all I cared about. I said that going into it. I'm like, I'm sure Inart's going to do a good job on their figure, but I'm happy with what I got in terms of the Batman. I want the Bruce Wayne. And I contemplated that SL custom Bruce Wayne third-party figure, and it just wasn't cutting it for me. The more I looked at the photos, I'm like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. I hope
it's not going to beat Inart of just the Bruce Wayne.
I'm like, this ain't it. Way. So yeah, I waited on it, and I'm glad I did. So I'm going to be giving Inart another chance, along with my Joker 2-pack that I pre-ordered. Because, again, that pre-order was strictly out of, I want that, someone do it. And then they did it, and I'm like, cool, I'm pre-ordering the sculpted Pattinson Bruce Wayne. So I'm getting something from both companies. It won't be a way to directly compare them, but it'll just be like they did something I want, and they did something I want. So I bought from both of them. As I've always said, I hope the Inart stuff turns out good. I'm definitely more so rooting for them than against them. I know some of my comments may not seem that way, but I'm just being speculative like everyone else.
Since we haven't had one figure out yet. That's
right.
The big thing.
Right. It's fun to sometimes joke around and make all these jokes about Inart, and it's sometimes satire in a lot of ways, but I do hope that the company does well because it is, in my opinion, it's good for collectors. When we have options and when you have companies pushing each other to do better.
Third party, which
exactly.
Then you really don't know what you're getting.
Exactly.
But
so Leighton said he saw the SL Custom in person. It's actually pretty good. Obviously not up to Inart standard, but good for the price. Yeah, I'm sure it's like $130, $160, depending on where you buy it from. I'm sure it's decent. It's just for me, I wasn't satisfied with the look on the head sculpt. But go ahead, Leighton. Sorry to cut you off. Or Chris.
I was just going to say, I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't know if you missed this, but Hot Toy Collector was saying, can we discuss the new image from Inarts and can't really make out the actual release? I'm not sure what he means.
Which image? Because we showed all of the photos.
That's the one bad thing.
New item. It's a new item.
Yeah, that's the one thing I have not liked with it. Oh, spoilers.
Lane. Shot to the heart, and you're to blame. Damn.
Well, hey, here, I'll tell you one thing. I did have one thing I did want to announce tonight. Is that I can confirm that I have nailed down a JMD Harley Quinn.
Oh, congrats, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm probably spending too much on it, but I already did it once. So, hey, when we make one mistake, the natural American thing to do is to go make another mistake.
You got to repair it somehow with another mistake.
No. Once we make a mistake, we go
repair
and do
it with another mistake. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, exactly. So that we have two mistakes for one, and we always prefer a mistake sandwich. That's
they come in threes.
Roll.
What are you? An idiot sandwich?
Well, then we just drop something heavy on our foot and break it. That's how we finish it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's called marriage.
Are you getting another Grievous?
No.
Dang, Sean.
So you just went
What?
straight up return on that one lane?
Yeah,
On the
I basically from after I had to send it back to Sideshow. They got it yesterday. I didn't, obviously get it through them directly, but I have already let the place that I got it from. That I said I don't want a replacement for it.
You
I
know
don't
what?
trust Sideshow
I don't
anymore.
blame you. Not
I
for
saw it in
$900,
person. Yeah, and I saw it in person today.
It's a great looking statue.
It looks it, but the colors kind of throw me off. I don't
It
like.
looks
the
like
color.
the Sideshow
I don't want
figure.
to.
That's what it looks like.
Well, I don't want to get us too sidetracked
looks
here with
yellowy.
statues since we talk 6 scale stuff here primarily.
All right,
but
all right.
But anyway, let's get back focused.
Let me. This is an amazing comment. So OG says he's one of the lucky few who actually saw Star Wars on opening day, May 25th, 1977, at the Americana Theater. That is why he's an OG. That is why you're an OG, dude. I'm very jealous. I was born during the wrong time, unfortunately. I would have loved to have seen Star Wars in theaters, man. But hey, you know what I am seeing? What I absolutely am seeing, and I already got tickets, is the Rogue One re-release on the 26th. Yeah, boy, I'm for sure seeing that.
Yeah, but shouldn't they time that better with actually, I don't know, like the week before or 2 weeks before actually Andor coming out?
No, I want a taste of Andor now. That's what they're doing. They're giving us a sneak peek.
Andor's not coming out till September 21st now.
And that's it. I think that's why they're doing it, though. They're like, oh, sorry, here you go. You can have this. Sorry, we pushed it back so far. But yeah, I'm really excited, man. I love Rogue One. I don't know about you guys in the chat, if any of you are going to see Rogue One during the release. You know what else is re-releasing near me?
I didn't even know it was coming out.
The anniversary, I think is the 40, what is it, the anniversary this year for ET? 40th, maybe?
Yeah, it's 40th.
It should be
40th anniversary of ET.
Yeah,
so that's
man,
going back
40
in the
years
theaters.
ago. God, I feel
Yeah,
old.
so I'm seeing that for sure. And then Jaws is back in theaters and AMC by me as well. So I'm definitely going to hit up all those, man.
Oh, these are all AMC for you?
Because they can't get
I'd have
anybody
to go look at my AMC then.
Yeah.
They can't get anybody to go to any modern movies.
Right.
Right now.
That's the fact, though. That's the truth. A lot of these modern movies are sucking. Euler said bad Hollywood actors, they fall upwards. That's very true. That seems to happen a lot. Fail upwards. Yes. Fail upwards. Sorry. Let's move on from the bat signal though, real quick. I wanted to show this because one, low stock remaining. So if you were planning on getting the bat signal by itself and not in the pack, this does not affect the pack as far as we know. It has low stock remaining, so consider grabbing it soon if you're interested in this. And also, once again, this one is USB powered. We don't know yet for the bat signal from Inart. They haven't stated whether it's battery and or USB powered. They just said it's powered and you can light it up. That's all we know.
And I can just say for OG fan, just after seeing OG fan, after you soldiered on through to sit through the Rise of Skywalker, you were sitting there collapsing outside of the theater onto your knees going, my force, what has happened to my poor force? Now it teleports stuff and magically heals stuff. And just, I mean, what did they do to my boy? What did they do to my boy?
USB powered?
So I don't know if they've mentioned if this is USB powered.
It
yes,
does. I thought it just said it.
Powered. Yeah. USB power or battery, so that's cool.
Yeah.
It also has those little display stands. Comes with 2 different display stands. I wish you could actually do that. If they gave you a display stand where you can pop a wheelie, that'd be sick. This is coming home though. Like I said, I'm going all in on the Batman, dude. Like I love this film so much, and especially like Sean said, we're waiting another 3 years to get another one. I'm all in on the Batman, dude.
Don't we need a Catwoman though? We
do. I want the Zoe Kravitz Catwoman.
We really do need. We need at least another figure. Even if they're not going to do it. I can understand maybe the Riddler is kind of weird.
We're definitely getting the Riddler, though.
But you got to at least get, you can't, I mean, you got to have at least something to go with it. Whether it's a Riddler or Catwoman or Penguin or something. There's got to be something to go with him at least.
I agree. I think so many third-party companies have taken a stab at the Riddler. Hottoys going to be like, that's really cute. Love it. And then they're going to drop it. So I'm not worried about it.
Dab on them.
Right, exactly.
Just dab all over them.
So that, I think, is all the releases that we have from Hot Toys in terms of the Batman. So now, as we wrap up this conversation on the Inart stuff, I'm going to pose a question to everybody.
Yes,
and that question is...
No, you ain't.
That question is, Hot Toys and Inart, can they coexist? Can they release the same stuff and both do well? Can they exist without people going to war with each other and eventually killing the hobby for us? Like, what are your guys' thoughts on this? My personal opinion, I think Inart needs to start doing releases that Hot Toys has not touched yet and or has not touched in a long time. And the reason I say that is because some of these debates would not exist, for one, and create tension between collectors, which is fine. I mean, people are allowed to have their opinions, but I think everybody will be a bit more peaceful and happy if Inart starts putting out like Harry Potter figures. Like that's me. I'm waiting for Harry Potter stuff. That's what I want. Inart, that they got my attention with the Joker, but they really got my attention with the Harry Potter stuff. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I mean, let's go Team Gryffindor.
My fiance is like super excited for the Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah, me too, dude. The Harry Potter stuff excites me a lot. So they need to put out different figures. That's what they need to do.
I think if they could really capitalize on the Predator line right now.
Oh, absolutely. That's another one. Predator and the Terminator. Like everybody's begging for that. And it's like, I mean, Sean, how long has it been since they've touched Predator?
Well, the last one we got was the Wolf Predator, or not the Wolf, but was it the Wolf or the Elder Predator? The Wolf 3.0.
I think
or
it
the
may
Elder
have been the
3.0.
And even for them, it's been a minute. That was what, like
4 20... When I bought my house, February of 2017 is when
okay, so
they had came out around that time. So it's been 5 years.
Penn, my friend, 5 years. That's crazy. Penn, we're gonna talk about Arena Boba Fett in a little bit. I got my email though. I did get my email, so I'm really excited. Only for one of mine because the other one's on a payment plan. But I got my email, so we're gonna talk about Arena Boba Fett towards the end as like a fun little sprinkle on top. Lane, if you didn't see, yes. Arena Boba Fett, the shipping emails have gone out, so I'm really, really excited. Really, really excited. Pay attention to your wait list, guys, because this is when those wait lists will start converting. I know we already saw some convert, but if they're going to do more, this is the time. Once they start shipping them out and people start getting them, that's when they're like, okay, how much do we have left? What can we start giving to wait list people? So keep an eye out on that wait list, guys.
Well, check just speaking of real quickly for emails coming, I guess I just got sent that I'll be getting charged on Monday for my Dark Trooper.
Yes, Dark Trooper did go out. Yes. Dude, Dark Trooper is incredible. Dom Prime did a really nice showcase of the Dark Trooper on the stream the one time. I'm excited for that figure. I think they went above and beyond with that figure. I'm very pleasantly surprised that like a sideline figure like that got the love that it deserves. So I still have to pre-order my Dark Trooper, though. I'm waiting for it to hit in stock so I can start running my coupon game on it. But really excited to grab one of those because I'm only going to get one because I'm getting the Mando Luke. So that's kind of like 1.5, if that makes sense.
And you can flip out the tops and everything. So it really, it has multi-functionality that if you don't necessarily have $260 to like just kind of throw out there right now, you know, with who knows what outfit is going to pop up on you when you least expect it.
Yeah, exactly. Leighton, go ahead. No, the voice was coming out. You got to say it.
This is a little off topic, but Mysterio's Iron Man illusion is in stock on Sideshow.
Ooh. Yep. That's another one I'm waiting on. I'm waiting for him to go in stock so I can hit some coupons. So now I'm watching Return of the Jedi Scout Bike. I'm watching Vision. I'm watching the Mysterio's Iron Man. I'm playing the coupon game, guys. That's the game I'm playing right now. Y'all might have said, like, oh, Hot Toys Hotline. Dude says he doesn't pre-order, and he just dropped, like, 7 pre-orders in the special edition stuff. But you ain't getting me on the standard release stuff. No.
You ain't getting me.
You're not getting me on that. I learned my lesson with that. I've done that many times. Like The Mandalorian, for example. I was so hyped with that show, I bought everything. Every last thing in sight. Every time it went up for pre-order, I grabbed it. But not this time.
So
not this time. Because I want to play the coupon game.
Well, that's what I've been doing for a while. I just need one other figure to go in stock, and I'm finally ready to blow my coupon and my points and my stuff.
Yeah, so I'll be grabbing Vision soon. OG, I did see that the Return of the Jedi bike is in stock. I'm honestly hoping for a seconds to pop up. That's what I want. I want the seconds to pop up because that's a nice discount. I'm also watching the secondary market. It's really whoever gives me the best price. Thick Bantha Boy says, Hot Toys Hotline, the Return of the Jedi Speeder Bike and Trooper are in stock. Showed up yesterday. Yes. Yep. So the Rewind coupon. Guys, check out that Rewind coupon. It works on a ton of stuff.
It does.
Yeah.
Not pre-order stuff, though.
Not pre-order, but it's all in-stock items.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised how much is in stock. Like I said, I think my next pre-order for in-stock items, or excuse me, my next purchase for in-stock items is going to be the Vision from WandaVision, because I don't have a Vision in my collection. So he's next. And the Return of the Jedi Scout Bike is right there with him.
Yeah, I got my sights set on the Scout Trooper, the Bat Pod, and I'm just waiting
Bat
for
Pod too. Yep, that's another one.
I'm waiting for the Bucky to go in stock.
Yep, me too.
Because I have two. I'm just waiting on, because I got like 3 or 4 of those 10% codes that they were sending. Mm-hmm. So I've got like some through November. So I'm just waiting for him to pop in, and then those are going to be the 3 items that I buy, and then that's that's it.
I'm there with you.
But what was it?
But Lane, I want you to continue your thoughts on the Inart versus Hot Toys thing, since you kind of came in later than us. Kind of share your thoughts between the two, and do you think that they can kind of coexist, and what do you think they need to do to?
I think they can each coexist, because I think they're going to have different price points at the end of the day. Overall, I think Inart's figures are going to be probably, I would assume, lesser produced than Hot Toys, and they're going to be. I think like if we're talking 2025 from now, like they've been both around for several years. I think Inart is going to be a little bit more of an exclusive collectible. And I'm using this exclusive versus regularly available in quotes here, because obviously Hot Toys is a more niche product and stuff, maybe than even some statues and stuff like that. Right. It's a specific consumer who looks to get those. But I think Inart is going to be small numbers. I do think secondary market wise, long term, I think Inart figures are going to be worth a little bit more. The one thing that makes Inart, that at least where you think about it in collectible terms, not just I want this figure for the character kind of thing, like where we're having to approach it right now, since we could touch the Joker and the entire jacket could just like disintegrate. I'm not serious, guys.
Crazy.
I'm not serious, guys, with something like that. I do not expect that to happen. I don't want everybody to start posting people start saying, heard it here first, Joker's jacket may disintegrate.
Yeah, those idiots over on Hot Toys Hotline saying the jacket is going to disintegrate.
Yeah,
thanks, Lane.
and so they're like anti-Inart or something like that.
Right.
Start a war between me and Collectors Weekly or something like that with John over there. The one thing that I have, at least with this release, not so much necessarily like we saw with Gandalf and everything, is this one had. I know we've complained a little bit about how many sometimes SKUs that Hot Toys can have with some of their figures. I don't count the special editions versus the regular deluxe or whatever is alternate SKUs. Right. I know they have a different listing or whatever, but they're not. They're the same figure with a small, tiny piece that costs the same price. They're not a different price. That's what I consider a different SKU. So, like, there's been the normal deluxe.
Sean doesn't like what you're saying.
But
he's miming.
But I think where like you look at this Batman, which has like 5 different SKUs of different combinations.
Same with
and I don't mean
Inart and Batman. They and Hot Toys. They both have a lot of SKUs.
Yeah, but I mean this like Batman in secondary collectible terms makes it really effing confusing.
Yeah,
like that's to me that's an overload. I think like I would use an example now, not same thing, but with the statues, like where J&D has also a Bruce Wayne and a patents the Batman. There's a Bruce Wayne by itself is one thing, and then there's the Batman. I think having 5 different combinations or having the Ultimate Edition, this is where like in video games where they have. If anybody buys Ubisoft games where they've got the regular edition or the day one edition, and then they've got the deluxe edition, which comes with some DLC, and then there's like the ultimate gold edition.
Right, you have to look at the list of
special.
What comes
there's like 5, and there's a digital regular edition deluxe. I mean, that's almost when I looked at that, I felt like I was looking at an Ubisoft video, and I only use video game thing. It's not necessarily quite a direct correlation.
Right, I know what
I've been playing video games for like 40 years. Right. Back to the NES, baby. I owned Mike Tyson Punch-Out before I had a system. Played it in my friend's house. But I just think that let's say you're looking to sell your figure a few years from now. I think it makes it really hard to kind of determine pricing for stuff because there's so many different variants of it. At least Hot Toys for the most time.
Also buying things. It's like, you know how when you look up an older figure, like, oh, did this one have a deluxe? I want to get the best one. And yeah, when you're looking up this, you're like, holy shit, like, what do I buy? Like,
what is considered a deluxe or not? Because like half the stuff was sold separately from each other too. So if I just want the Bruce Wayne, I mean, I'm not making this as rocket scientist, but I'm saying sometimes if you're not anybody who knows anything about Inart, or you're trying to figure out, okay, the price point for these figures is going to make it hard too, just how much you have to spend, because even that's a little bit hard to determine, since we got to remember a lot of the Inart stuff is not necessarily for our market, at least as of right now. A few years from now, maybe it will be.
But said Lane is flexing hard on us.
No, I'm not trying to be flexing or anything. I'm just saying that
like, no big deal.
Yeah, it's just I think that if all their releases are like this going forward, where they're like looking at 4 or 5 different SKUs, I'm just gonna say, like, for me, it's almost overwhelming. It's almost a little bit of a turnoff in certain ways, because I just want, just give me like a fucking figure, man. I don't know how you guys feel, Sean, or anything, and then this will be the end. I'm carrying on here a little bit longer than I mean to, but
it's okay. You just got in. You didn't get to share a lot of your thoughts. I did. I
just feel like that's almost too many SKUs of stuff. I just give me just 2 or 3, like 2. I mean, I would just like one goddamn figure. Here's the Batman.
Right.
And here's I'm like, sometimes we can just have the Pattinson Batman. Here it is. We don't have to necessarily have all this stuff. How does it compare to the other Batman? Just give us an awesome figure. I mean, how much is the regular is Batman? Is it $385?
The regular is $300.
The collector, it's $300, yeah.
And then the regular deluxe is $375.
$375.
See, just the fact you're having to tell me this different thing just for the regular Batman.
I mean, I totally understand where you're coming from. I just think they're trying to give people options for different price points. I don't think they're ever going to do that many moving forward. I think it's because it's such a big release for them.
It can't become a regular thing. I don't think I just don't think it can. I think it becomes too overwhelming to people. It becomes too confusing.
For sure.
And collectors are, I think they like things a lot of times to be nice, simple, and straightforward for when they're trying to, especially for how expensive. They don't want to have 5 different figure things. They want to be, here's the item, like here's the item. This is when it's available. This is when you can order it, and they want to be able to get that. Now, Hot Toys sometimes makes it, like Hot Toys has made it more confusing, I think, than they used to. Where now, DX used to mean one specific thing, and now there's a DX and a deluxe, and there's a regular version and a regular deluxe. I think Dave screwed it up in the last couple of years too. I think a lot of people like this stuff. As much as we make fun of, or some people have pulled out, there is a reason sometimes people like to just collect, have liked to collect Black Series or regular Masters of the Universe.
I collect
figures.
3.75 in Black Series, but I also collect Hot Toys.
Yeah, or Super 7, with some of their figures. Because those, now, not always. Sometimes they have exclusives or whatever. That's become part of the thing to get collector to buy stuff. But a lot of times here's the figure. There it is. There's the figure of the character you like. You go and get it,
Right.
And it makes it very easy and straightforward.
Right.
But even like Storm Collectibles, Storm Collectibles is the company of tall scale of multicolors. They're like, make the rainbow. Because you'll have one character with like 5 different colors.
Yeah. Mike Tyson, they do Mortal Kombat, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally agree, Lane. You make a good point. I think they both need to kind of keep the SKUs down. I think they did that, like Sean was saying earlier, this license was probably super expensive for them. They spent a lot of money to get it, so they wanted to kind of give as many options to collectors as they can to pump more money out of them.
I think another point too that we look at is they're having to increase their prices, and I understand that. I don't like it, but this is my perspective, and I also think this is, and I know I mentioned this before, and I think this is why we're getting a DX and then a DX Deluxe
Right.
is because they can't price out everyone. And so the 300 version is a way to get someone who could afford that to be able to get a representation of this Batman in their collection where, oh, there's no way I can fork out $375 for one for the deluxe with the stand and the wingsuit and the head sculpt. Yeah. So, they're like, okay, you got this. Oh, now you want this light. So instead of paying that separately, you can save some money if you buy it together with this.
Right. Yeah,
and I think that's where they're going with it, is they're trying to be more inclusive to keep customers. I mean, that's my thought. Or it could be a complete, oh yeah, let's bleed this.
No, I think
honey
there's
dry.
There's logic behind it, but I think it makes it more confusing.
And they don't do it with every release. That's the thing. This is like kind of a unique situation where they did like a ton of different options for, like, because most stuff it's either a collector's or a deluxe, or sometimes it's just one. But that's it.
Even Joker, the first one they ever did. Remember, remember there was like 3 different. And you had to understand what's the difference between rooted and between, there's a rooted hair version and a regular,
right.
non-rooted hair. And if you're not familiar, like, what the hell is a rooted hair? I mean, I'm just, they've done this for multiple. They didn't do it for Gandalf. Gandalf was, kind of a single thing. But right there, I'm just going to say, it was Captain Morbentine himself, Doc Smizzle, who was minute 1 pre-ordered that figure.
We're going to talk about that. I did have the link already pulled up. We'll show it towards the end of the stream. But yeah, let's move on, guys. I appreciate everybody sharing their thoughts and everybody in the chat giving your opinions. Obviously, this is a hot topic still right now, even though it's been about a week or so. Sorry if some of y'all got a little bit bored, but we wanted to give our opinions, and we appreciate y'all sticking with us. But now I think we're going to move on. Before we get into our 2.0 and reissue talk, I want to move on to what a few people asked to talk about, and that is the Boba Fett arena suit. What better time to talk about it than now? I'm really excited for this one, guys, for many reasons. One, it's another Boba Fett for my collection. But 2, it's a Jeremy Bullock Boba Fett. I didn't expect this one, honestly. We do get a lot of different repaints and such, but for them to actually go after a comic-accurate Jeremy Bullock Boba Fett figure for a Toy Fair exclusive was very surprising to me. Honestly, if I were to pick a Boba Fett figure that I thought would be a sure bet to come out for a Toy Fair exclusive, it would have been the prototype Boba Fett. So I'm really, really excited for this one. I'm overjoyed that I got a shipping notice. This one I'm definitely going to be doing a review on, guys, so keep an eye out on the channel if you want to hear my thoughts of the figure in hand and everything. It looks like it might ship on the 23rd. With Sideshow, who knows, lately, or sorry, maybe the 24th, but lately Sideshow, you know how they are. They'll charge you early and it won't show up for some time until it actually arrives in the port and they're able to get the figure. So it's not really entirely their fault. But again,
when they're in Reign of Tears mode.
Right. So as I said before, I set this figure to charge when it was ready to ship, or when they was preparing. They're preparing to get the figures ready to ship. So I can't be mad that they charged me. I mean, I'm happy, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I set it to be ready to ship, and I told them, hey, once you get these in, if you got one for me, I'm ready for it. So that's what you're doing by telling them, hey, ship this to me now. But I want to know in the chat. I know a couple of you chimed in. How many of you guys got your shipping email? And how many of you missed out on this figure? How many of you are sitting on the wait list hoping you can get that wait list conversion? I'm very curious because this was obviously one of the fastest sellouts. Not the fastest, but one of the fastest sellouts ever from Hot Toys in the U.S. So I'm curious if you guys are picking this guy up. And if some of you guys may have a bit of a fear of missing out since you didn't jump on it initially. I know I kind of want to start with Lane because, Lane, I want to hear your thoughts where you're sitting with this figure now. Because I know you said that you've got this guy on the wait list and you didn't initially jump on him. Like, where are you sitting right now with this figure?
Honestly, I think if it converts, I'm probably going to just let it go. I mean, the one thing that keeps me is you've heard me harp a lot of times on price point.
Right.
I mean, if he converted, I could buy him for, well, actually, I wouldn't have to spend any money on him.
Yeah,
I could use a bunch of point. Well,
yeah,
no,
right now, by the way, they're doing a special event with Sideshow where you can get something for $0. They obviously changed that in the past, but right now you can get something for $0.
Well, no,
if
I
you have the
mean,
rewards.
yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I've got like $500 worth of points or other stuff sitting there, so I could really buy
Damn,
it for
you're getting
nothing if I
booed,
wanted
dude.
to.
I don't know. I think you've pissed off OG
I know.
fan.
OG, I know I've debated this thing with you before. I am getting the Throne Boba. That is my Boba Fett. That is my
Lane
ultimate
kind of
favorite.
just answered something I was thinking about too.
But
I was thinking if somebody was, and then I'll let him continue because mine was short anyway.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
Yeah, if somebody got it converted, I would think with this one specifically, because it's going up so high in price, that they would want to keep it and just sell it anyway.
yeah.
Hey Lane, if it converts for you, I'll buy it from you for the
So
price.
yeah, so what Lane is saying, he's a good guy and he doesn't want to do that. But yeah, Lane.
Yeah.
well, yeah.
I don't know if
no,
you've seen
I
eBay,
will-
but this bad boy's selling for
Yeah, I would-
$750, $850.
Yeah, I would take a look at it, but I'm gonna let you guys know right, like I'm saying it right here, right now, is that there is zero, and I'm sorry if I'm not meaning anything, but there is zero fucking chance that I would sell this for $850.
Well,
There
it's
is
gonna. The thing is, it's
zero.
gonna come down quite.
Yeah,
a bit.
yeah, but I'm just saying, there is zero chance that a figure like this, which is a repaint that has been done multiple times. I know it's a really cool one, and it's Jeremy Bullock, but like this one looks fine to me. But I would still take the animated Boba over this one, like any day of the week. Like to me, that one's way still cooler than this one. But I'm just saying for myself, I would never, if you got this one and you could sell it, and someone even not $800, if someone tell you, dude, that is the Boba Fett that I like. This is the one Boba Fett I want. I'll pay you like $500 for it, more than twice what you paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, okay, I'll sell it to you. I would tell you do it, but I'm sorry, man, but to charge someone, and this is just me, and I know I sold Darkseid Anakin, who was, if not the same price, roughly around the same thing.
You're not close to
for
it.
like $800. So I can't say like, yeah, I would never do that on a. I can't, but that's a different figure. That's a totally different figure than this.
Right.
Then I don't know if I, in good conscience, could sell something like this for that kind of rate. I might sell it for $500 or something, so I'm still making more than I spent on it.
I could.
But
I'm just gonna say it right now.
Yeah, I know. How can you say you do that unless it's actually in your hands and you're seeing it or something like that? You don't know how 100%.
Well, so,
but I am fairly certain. But if I get this, if it does convert for me, I still might get it. But it's probably something I would eventually, like, either if someone like Sean or something was saying who was really after it or something like that, so that they could get something. Or I might keep it as a gift for a friend or something like that. I don't know.
Like if I wanted a second one, you got me, right? Like for free. Yeah.
I'll pay Lane for it, and he can keep the sideshow rewards.
Yeah. Well, what if Lane is just very giving and he wants to do a free giveaway for Arena?
Well, you know already. I well, just as a reminder to everybody. So.
Oh yes, yes. Here, we're gonna pull.
Sean's got those bills.
Yeah.
We're just gonna pull up Lane's.
Yeah, the build Sean's got is
Lane. Say it.
The builds that Sean has got is the 7 pre-orders from 10 pre-orders from Showcase and the 7 payment things he's got to, the 7 payment plans he's got to do each month right now.
He just opened up the roast fest.
I'm sorry, but I haven't talked to you in live person in a week, so.
Yeah, that's true.
And I had a long day.
So you roast them? No, hey,
yeah, well, no, I apologize, guys, if I sound even a little bit aggressive today.
You're good.
I had an 11-hour day that was full of 8 hours.
Sean's over here talking about rubbing oil on himself and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you, but I was definitely not rubbing oil all over myself. I was wishing boiling oil
couch.
maybe got dumped.
It's on the pimp couch.
At hour 9, I was probably hoping boiling oil got dumped on me.
Let's see who in the chat got the Arena Boba Fett. Let's see who got it.
Who everybody
got. Penn got her email.
Nice, yeah. So that
Bantha Boy, I know you got your email. That's awesome, dude. OG, did you get your email? I think you said you did, right? I hope so. I hope you're in that early crew with us on the Arena Boba Fett.
He is.
Okay,
he
cool. Lane, are you on steroids? I don't think Lane is on steroids. I think I can confidently say
flabby roids maybe, but not steroids.
Hey, I didn't say it. You did.
But I do not. However,
Yes,
I know I've been kind of a little critical on this figure. It's like, I think this figure is a cool figure. The one thing that encouraging me before it is you guys have heard me say about, not maybe say it in chat, but I've said it back, like the price point for Hot Toys is getting for me to the breaking point for where I just don't think that they're worth buying.
It's getting up there, yeah, for sure.
But or at least buying them on a regular basis, buying more than a few a year maybe or something like that. So the price point for this, one of the encouraging things I think for everybody who's got one, or if you're on wait list like me waiting maybe, is you have to look at kind of the average point for the 2023 releases, like Darth Vader, the regular one, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Mm-hmm. They're all $295. Admittedly,
those prices are fair, I think.
Yeah, but I'm for how much they are for necessarily, or even when we were back to $285. This figure, it is a repaint. It is a repaint. It has some unique items, though. It's a cool character. It's a good look, and it's a price point of $250. I mean, it's less than the freaking Chrome Trooper by $20, and it probably comes with about as much stuff.
If you factor the jetpack and the Chrome Trooper has the jetpack, but if you factor the two pistols, the axe and everything, the spear, it kind of factors out to be the same, in terms of what they come with. Apart from the extra helmet, of course, but
it's $20 less. But there's no
it's a great price.
So that's one thing, like where I would be asked, like, because I only really want one Boba Fett. I'm not OG fan who needs all of them. But that I'm doing the Throne Boba because I want the Tamora Morrison head sculpt. Mm-hmm. And the only other way to get that is the $500, or not as much as you can get it at some places.
That 2-pack you can get it for like $350 right now on Facebook. It's crazy.
But the 2-pack is I don't want the Tusken Boba, and I don't like the poop look as much as I like the clean look. Go ahead.
See, and this Boba Fett is perfect for someone to start their collection. So if you've never collected Hot Toys, or this is a Star Wars item from Hot Toys, this will completely be a good point to start.
Yeah, can you imagine looking back and you're like, dude, my first figure was the Arena Boba Fett? I can't imagine.
Unfortunately, I have to look back that my first figure was the Remnant Stormtrooper.
Hey, the Remnant Stormtrooper is nice, man. Put some respect on his name. I got my here. Since you want to disrespect my boy, I'm gonna pull him out real quick.
Well, if I had my camera on, I would be I'd still be shilling right now my Taskmaster.
I'm gonna shill.
There it is.
OG, I'll pull your comment back up in a second. But this figure, man, look at this.
The P Trooper. Yep.
No, bro, so I talked so much crap about this figure when he was on pre-order, and then I finally caved and dropped the pre-order. Bro, this figure, my camera's just on point, man. Once I got this new lighting, it just focuses every time I want it to. But yeah, look at this bad boy, dude.
I know. I like to make fun of it, but I actually think it's one of the neater looking.
I got mine holding a Beskar ingot.
Yeah, it's Stormtrooper. I like that one way better than I like the Chrome Stormtrooper that just came out. I don't know why, but that's the Chrome Troopers, that whole series. I never thought. I think they looked accurate to me, even the regular Chrome one.
I like the Chrome stuff. We did talk about the Chrome earlier because we were looking at the photos from Shanghai, the Shanghai store. But definitely not for everybody. I understand it. But yeah, so OG, I want to get to his comment. He said he ordered it during the mistake listing. I actually missed it. I was so mad, dude. I had it in my cart during the mistake listing, and it ripped it out of my cart. He said he had to speak with Sideshow immediately over the listed shipping date. They know he's a day one pre-order guy. They have his back. 79 orders complete. That's you're probably up there on there. I have a lot of orders complete with Sideshow too, probably just under what you have.
I'm at 72.
Yeah, I have a lot. I'm probably right there with you guys.
That makes me sad when I actually speak out.
He said he thought it was a cell phone, dude. I got. Who comes with a cell phone? One of those Spider-Man figures comes with one. Can't remember which one it is, but yeah, I got to get the cell phone. That'll be fine. Is it the Tom Holland? Yeah. It's the homecoming suit.
Wait, doesn't the Garfield one come with one too?
No.
Oh yeah, you're right. I think the Garfield one does too.
Andrew Garfield?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have it. No, he doesn't come with a cell phone.
I thought he did. You have the one with the scarf and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't see that.
The one thing I wonder these days, I do wonder leave it out how much it goes for now. Could you imagine? So just how this Boba Fett? I mean, this Boba Fett for could what?
Look who it
Monica,
is.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Monica, what are you doing awake? You usually are sleeping during my streams. That's why you never come on. What are you doing, man?
It's Arena Fett.
Thanks, dude. Thanks, Monica. But I was gonna say, could you guys imagine right now and here in chat? If
Holy
it wasn't
cow.
exclusive, what if Darkseid Anakin or something, or even
Holy
regular
crap,
Darkseid
Sean.
Anakin came out as an exclusive like this year or something? How
It's all
fast
those
that thing would have
clones.
sold out? Jesus Christ, man!
It's all those
Ain't nobody
clones.
beating Sean with all those clones. All those
500
troopers,
clones?
period.
God.
Where he's like literally got the entire 501st Legion in his basement.
He lubes them
Yeah,
all
right.
up too.
Could you imagine?
I do not lube them up. They lube
You
each
said
other.
it. No, you
Oh,
use
what?
oil, and Thick Bantha Boy uses Vaseline. We've established
Oh
that.
my!
tonight.
Okay, all right. I heard it. I already have had it like last
Gel
night.
is not oil.
Yeah,
KY
last
gel is not oil.
Okay,
God.
last night I had to listen to on After Dark. On
How dare you
Weekly,
stand where he stood?
people talking about how they would stand up during their
How
like
dare you stand
bodily
where you
sessions and stuff on the toilet bowl. I am not hearing about Vaseline or touching or anything like this in here.
Right.
I didn't come. I already had to deal with poo talk last night at like 11 o'clock at night on stream.
Right. Yeah, I think we're good on that. I think we're good on that.
But what if they had put Darkseid Anakin about like this year as the exclusive? Could you imagine how fast that thing would have sold
they
out?
won't. If we're gonna
No,
get,
I'm not saying they did. But
You're
what
saying if they
if that
did,
was
yeah.
in where Star Wars is at now? Like,
yeah,
if that had not come, there'd just been the regular Anakin, like back in
Yeah,
2017.
even like a
that
light
kid-
side Anakin would have sold like crazy if they did that.
Yeah, but I mean, like this year, that was one of the exclusives. How fast that Darkseid Anakin would sell out?
So
Like,
Sunscreen, come on, you guys got to stop with this, man.
look
Look what
Hey.
you started, Bantha Boy. Are you happy?
you know the whole thing with the exclusives this year. You know, we're talking about like Anakin being exclusive for the year. The year's not over with, for one. You know, we've had so many, you know, coming immediate exclusives this year. We have 3 more coming. Well, they're already out, but 3 more that should be available soon to us here. I mean, is there going to be more? And why have we not had an immediate exclusive of Captain America around the 4th of July? Could you
You know what,
imagine like how many
Star-Spangled
orders would
Man.
go through? Exactly. You know, something
that would have
of
been
Captain
cool.
America. That would be
That's an
perfect.
awesome figure, dude. The Star Spangled Man. That's such a sick figure. That's one that I've
Go out with a
contemplated
bang.
getting for a while. Yeah, exactly.
With America's ass.
Yeah, Lane, stop it with your. Oh,
Okay,
dude, I made
first of
an
all-
America's ass joke in my Demogorgon video. I don't know how much of the video you watched, but I called it the upside downs.
The
ass
whole
when we-
thing. What is that?
dude. I don't
Okay,
believe you, dude.
Anne Hathaway and her
Watch
Catwoman
every
suit.
single minute.
That is America's ass.
It's
all you
an
have to
ass,
do,
that's for
all
sure.
you have to do is go look back at the pictures at the Queen Catwoman on Batpod 3rd scale statue.
We know Anne Hathaway here. We know Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, no.
boy.
But I mean, you just got to go look at that statue from back
That's
in the
my
day,
girl.
and then you just look at the one picture was the one that was focused on the most shown, which was the backside
Oh, for
angle
sure.
versus from that
that's the
image
selling
versus
point.
down there. Yeah, that was the main thing everybody stopped looking at.
Lane,
Stop
you're getting hit.
selling remorse.
You're getting
Hey,
hit
what
with all the
selling-
dark side
I
Anakin
watch.
comments.
I watch every single minute, sir,
Just
and I
because
like every
the-
video.
Just because the
I
item that
appreciate
I
you, Chris.
sold it
Just
for
like everybody
decided
should
to
like this
break.
video.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Speaking of likes, guys, last stream you guys got us to 30 likes because you're absolute animals and we love you. Can we get to 30 likes this stream? Maybe. We're sitting around
and-
20.
And subscribe, and Lane will tell you what you can win if you do.
Oh yeah, Lane, you were starting to say it earlier. I feel like.
Oh no, I was starting to make a smart out comment at your expense. That was the original intent, but
Oh,
yes,
so you
we
spared
do-
me
we-
this time around.
yeah. So we do have when we reach 250 likes, we are giving away a Harley Quinn.
Subscribers. Don't tell them
Arkham.
likes because we're already past that.
Well, no,
Sorry,
I said
guys.
250.
No, you said 250 likes. I was like, don't tell them that.
No,
'cause
no,
that's
no,
what-
250 subscribers. No, there's no way we're getting 250 likes. Damn, but
no faith
I
in
would
us.
say hit the end stream right now, please.
Hey, how many likes do we have right now?
Let's see.
23.
Okay,
See, they're
if we can
animals.
get up to 50 likes right now, Dirty Dishes will watch it.
Dude, what is wrong with Sean, bro? There's something wrong with this dude tonight.
This is your effect on him. He had the stable, loving father, taking care of 2 dogs, stability. You entered the picture and just then all blew it up. This is all your fault.
He just really wants to see you get your hands dirty.
Yeah, Sean has like a weird interest in
and John,
doing some dishes.
let's give him his reminder. We do not want to forget. 25, 25.
We already, trust me, we talk about it every stream.
Dude, you started it tonight, not me, and I haven't even mentioned it.
I did.
You
I
started
talking about it.
2025 is Weirdo time.
It makes sense now, though. Why he could be named the Nightmare. Maybe he has nightmares.
Because maybe I'm honest and I tell you the truth.
I saw
honesty hurts.
I saw that we're at 202 subs right now. Once we get up to 250, we will be giving away an Batman Arkham City Harley Quinn 6-scale figure. I actually just had Monday night. I was giving we collecting weekly when they hitting their 2K. Gave away a Optimus Prime 3-0 from Revenge of the Fallen 6-scale figure.
You're a generous man, Lane. We really appreciate you. Everybody appreciates you, man.
I've been told that you need to stop. I've been told you're giving away too much of your money, and I'm like, I know, but sometimes you just got to do something nice. When
you're a man of the community. That's what you are.
Yeah. Sometimes when we hit full of sucky lemons.
When we hit 1,000, I will give away a heavy infantry Mandalorian.
There you go, guys. We're striving for goals here, and hey, I usually do this at the end, but while we're talking about it, guys, can we right now on this stream, can we get Collecting Madness to 200? He is, I believe, 5 away at the start of this stream. Can we get him to 200 right now? Everybody, if you're not subscribed to Collecting Madness, let's do that for him. Because Chris has been here for all of us since the beginning. He's been streaming with me since day 1. So if we can we go over to Collecting Madness? The link is in the description to his channel. Can we get him to 200? And then, after that, we're getting Sean to 200. Sean's well on his way already. But, yeah, guys, if you could, I would love to end this stream with Collecting Madness hitting his 200 subscribers. He works hard for it. He's putting out consistent content. We love the videos he puts out. So if you could, go subscribe to Collecting Madness. Let's get him to 200. Let's get him to that milestone, and we'll all celebrate together our 200 party. Oh, that's right. Lane, you weren't here for this. No worries, bro. I got you. But Lane, you weren't here. We're going to do a Boba Fett exclusive stream. Oilers is going to come on, and we're just going to show off our Boba Fetts, man. It was his idea, and I love that idea.
Exclusive.
Then that'll be a nice stream for 2 hours where I can just be giving you all the bird.
Right? Yeah, the whole.
Especially
Yeah, he specifically said you have to have the animated Boba Fett to be on the stream.
Did he say that? Did he really?
Hot Toys Collector said he's detecting a lot of false information. First, it was 250 likes. Hey, I corrected that. To be fair, I did correct that. He did say Arkham City. I
meant Arkham Knight.
I say Arkham series because then it could be any of the games. I say Arkham series Harley Quinn.
Me with it too.
Look, Hot Toys
Appreciate
Collector,
you, insane one.
You know what that tells me? That tells me that you are very observant, and I appreciate that. All right, but let's move on from the
Collector is our very own YouTube quality review specialist.
He is. He's our
correcting us when needed.
Right. He's going to send us cliff notes of everything that happened during the stream and what we can improve on afterwards. That's what I'm talking about. Lane, you're working on those tax rebates by giving away all those figures. Yeah, man, that's what you're doing. Bro, like, Bantha Boy, what is with you today, man? We're officially gonna ban the word oil in chat and on camera. We're banning all that stuff.
Double cheek.
That's okay. That's okay because gel is more soothing for all.
Oh God, gel is even worse.
Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna gel up. Let me gel it up. That's Sean.
Yo!
Good night.
Now you're being a pervert.
He said you won't be on the stream, Lane, since you don't have animated Boba Fett. That's right, he doesn't. He wouldn't understand. It's one of those things you
Yeah,
gotta have the figure.
I will be just
Even his dog agrees.
enjoy.
No, but Lane has to be here for comedic relief. We has to be here.
So that they can just point, so that I can be here to have my reaction every time Connor Lively just kind of goes, man, you know what? Isn't that orange looking like just like really sharp on my animated Boba Fett? Did I mention animated Boba Fett here like 5 minutes later? Oh, yes, animated Boba Fett. This was the thing we were talking about, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Is it the greatest of all Boba Fetts?
Right. But it is. It is the greatest of all Boba Fetts. Actually, Empire Strikes Back will always be my favorite. Guys, Chris is one away from 200.
I just saw that.
One.
Yeah.
Someone pop in and give him that 200 while we move on to the next topic. We really appreciate you guys doing that for him. That's very kind of you.
Hey, I just went down 1 subscriber.
Damn. How you gonna do Sean like that, bro? They're tired of your shit with the oil, man. They're sick of it. They're sick of your shit with the oil. It was Lane unsubbed.
Yeah, no, the good thing is by not having your own channel and stuff, because by the amount of times that I would have said, you know, Mace Windu ain't coming for 3 years. No.
Oh yeah, you would have been in the negative subs. Yeah, negative subs.
Yeah, it was probably the Hot Toys hotline.
My bad. I'll rein it in there. Hashtag 303 for life.
He's like, you don't like Mace Windu for 2022.
Oh, here we go, Chris.
Thank you, sir.
And you'll remember this moment. OG put you over the 200 mark.
He was the first to see the film.
Always
he's
keep
my
in
200.
Yeah,
when
OG's the man.
When Star Wars was just
appreciate you guys.
Star Wars.
Heck yeah. We appreciate you guys for doing that. It's very kind of you. Thank you so much for doing that for Chris. Because he's been working.
Thank you, Connor.
When I'm picturing right now.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I'm picturing OG fan though, just being like Eric Foreman after in that '70s show and stuff when they went to see Star Wars.
I love that guy.
As a little skinny dude after going to see that and just being like, "Oh my god, wasn't that like the greatest thing ever?" Or trying to go back in line to go watch it again.
Let's round out the end of the stream with our final topic of discussion and our final question for the stream.
Yes, yes, and yes.
And here we go, guys. 2.0s and reissues. Which figures are fair game, in your opinion? And what are your thoughts on 2.0s and reissues as a whole? I think a great way to start off this conversation is a legendary 2.0 that we just received from Hot Toys. An unexpected 2.0, but a welcomed one. I'm still not off the high of getting the release of this figure, even though I already have the movie version of the Black Panther, which is incredible. Love that figure. Actually have him in the background here, hidden behind the massive Demogorgon. But I'll say this right off the bat, guys. This is a 2.0 and then some. This is how you do a re-release of a figure, in my opinion. You have to go all out. You have to give us more than what we had originally with the figure. And this one, they kind of did that and then some, like I said. Let me pull up the photo real quick of them comparing this and the original Civil War Black Panther figure, because I think that's the best way to tell the difference between the two. So when you look at these two right off the bat, you can see this is truly a 2.0 through and through. I mean, we have completely different proportions on the figure. Much better detail on the suit. I mean, the suit detail is out of this world on this figure. Not only that, they've also added the articulated toes to this figure as well, which we did see with the movie Black Panther. However, the original Civil War did not have that. So just based on the suit upgrades and the body upgrades, just everything based on the body, that's already justification for a 2.0. But then on top of that, let me see if okay, so here's a photo of everything. So on top of that, they also gave us more accessories. They gave us the ceremonial mask that he wore during the fight scene against M'Baku. They gave us the shield. We did see this little weapon before, this little like dagger type weapon, but they gave us that again to go along with the whole set. So in my opinion, if you're going to do a 2.0, this is how you do it. You give collectors more than what they had previously, and you do it all across the board better. This is totally a better figure than the original Civil War release. It's unfortunate for those that currently own it, because I say that not to be mean or anything, but this is overall a much better release than the original Civil War. But like I said in my Copper Flop video, if you guys have seen that, You could take the head sculpt and put it on one figure and then have the helmeted version on the other one. And you can kind of have both of them in your display and kind of make your own world that way. So, but my point is when 2.0s are done this way and they choose a figure that's warranting a 2.0, which would be that one, that wouldn't have been first on my list, but now that I'm seeing them next to each other, I'm like, wow, that figure needed a 2.0. If the figure warrants a 2.0 or a redo, like an older figure that kind of is seeing its age at this point, like perfect example, Red Skull, or even a New Hope Leia, I feel like she could use a 2.0 as well with better paint apps. But Chris, what do you think of this figure? And what do you think of 2.0s and reissues as a whole? Do you think they're warranted, or would you prefer to keep the figures where they are and have people have to hunt after these grails and such on the secondary market?
So I think 2.0s are good, especially for newcomers to the whole game in general, especially if you missed out. So that's why I respect that in that sense. And Hot Toys is a business. It's the smarter thing for them to do. It just makes sense. I do see some of the older guys who have these where maybe this thing appreciated or something it's worth, but that's why you maybe give it a different accessory and then it kind of splits it up. A straight reissue, however, can sometimes be like a dead smack in the face depending on how you look at it. But I don't think for somebody like me, I wouldn't care too much because at the end of the day, I'm not really in it for investment purposes.
Right.
I could care less if these things drop to $100. I'm, still collecting them. I would think anything that gets redone is pretty much fair game. Now, I will say I do agree with Hot Toy Collector there a little bit, not the whole thing, just as far as like I agree with him in the sense that the Infinity War looked better, but I'm still happy that they did this because, like I was saying, if you're one of those people like me who may have missed this, which I did, now I get to cop a Black Panther, and since Chadwick's, Boseman's passing or whatever, I've wanted a Black Panther and wanted to honor him in the collection, and now I have the perfect way to do that. So it can be a positive thing, but then I can see why somebody would care if it happened. But then that's why it's good to kind of make it a little bit different. And you can't really get mad at, I guess, wanting to upgrade something either. Because at the end of the day, I would want the better of the two figures anyway.
And here's the thing too. I think you bring up a great point, and kind of most of us here can speak on that because we have larger collections. You can't get bitter when they redo a figure or do a 2.0 if it's improving on something they've previously done. I understand if, like with the OG Mando, for example, I think that was a ridiculous, super fast reissue that didn't make any sense. Like, I feel like they should just done Kuil and then a separate blurg. You could buy the blurg by itself and put your OG Mando with if you already had it. Stuff like that, I think it's unwarranted and it's not needed. But when they're actually going through and improving on a previous release, I understand it then. And Chris, I kind of want to hear, just spitball, what are some figures that you could see would make sense for a 2.0 that kind of need an update? That could be anything. Star Wars, Terminator, Marvel.
Yeah, there was definitely, I would love to see Terminator, but I'm kind of biased to that just because of my love for Terminator. So that T-1000, even though I just bought one, if they did a 2.0, that's a perfect example. I wouldn't be too mad at that.
Right.
So you're gonna totally be buying that Infinity Studios bust of the T-800 from Darth Vader, right?
Oh, that thing's probably insanely expensive.
Yeah, it's only like $4,000. I know that you could use, Chris, a reminder of that movie every single day when you wake up.
Yeah. Craig actually says he likes the Civil War outfit better than the Infinity War version. Yeah, the proportions are wonderful.
Good, both of them.
They do. The proportions are amazing. Let me pull up another large photo while we're still talking about it. Yeah, like look at those proportions, man. He looks like a superhero. I mean, Chadwick Boseman between Civil War and going into the solo Black Panther film, he put on a lot of muscle. So I think they nailed it with these proportions. I'm really, really satisfied with this figure, and it's going to look great with the Infinity War, or excuse me, the solo film version. And I've said this already. I'm going to take all of the ceremonial accessories and kind of do a custom T'Challa when he's fighting against M'Baku in the ceremonial fight in the beginning of the film. I'm going to do a custom of that. So I'm really excited to get this for that reason as well.
I don't know. I'm looking around. There's not too much, I think, as far as right now off the top of my head, that's like too old, especially as far as Star Wars. Now, I know a lot of people would probably want the original trilogy, but when you look at them, they still kind of look pretty updated and good. Maybe the DX07 but they already kind of did that. But even then, that DX07 is pretty good for its time. So.
Yeah, see, I would disagree on that one. I do think that one needed an update. I was in the boat of like, I think the original sculpt, like not the battle damage one, but the original DX07, like the standard sculpt, is not the best. The battle damage is great, but I do think that one needed an update. The clothing obviously still holds up perfectly fine. It's mainly the head sculpt.
And
that's why when Kevin put that sculpt on there, it made like night and day difference.
Oh, for sure. So like we're happy about it, but it's like at the same time, it wasn't something that was like a necessity where we were dying to replace it. Like I could still see Luke there.
Yeah, that's the very first Star Wars hot toy. So if any of them that's definitely eligible for a 2.0.
Yeah.
Bantha, I think, had a good point here. He said those who missed out are happy. Those who already have it or are trying to sell it for the OG version for hundreds are mad. Yeah, I think that sums it up pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's move on to Sean. Sean, kind of posing the same question to you. What are your thoughts on 2.0s and reissues? And then off the top of your head, what are some that you would like to see redone?
Okay, so others aren't going to share this opinion with me. I don't think this Black Panther is a 2.0. Because the Black Panther solo movie had this in it at the very beginning. So I'm not viewing it as a 2.0 from Civil War. I'm viewing it as the Black Panther opening scene from the Black Panther movie.
That's a fair point, because if you look at the Civil War suit next to it, there are some differences on the suit as well. So
exactly, and if you watch, and I've recently watched both movies, and there are differences between the two.
They are calling it original suit.
Yeah. No, it's definitely it's called the original suit. It definitely is the Civil War suit, but Sean makes a good point. They are different, because you know how that is. Like, look at Darth Vader, for example. Between films, there's differences to his outfit and such. It's the same Darth Vader, but there's different aspects of his suit that make it the Return of the Jedi suit. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that situation. It is the Civil War original suit, as they like to call it. But there are differences. Sean is right. There are differences. So I can definitely see your point there.
So, and then overall broad spectrum of 2.0. Yeah. If we're looking at a plastic Iron Man that's never been die cast and they remake it into die cast, that's completely a worthy 2.0.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, if we look at other things like the Phantom Menace, Darth Maul, I don't think they need to make a 2.0 of that.
Yeah, not at this point in time.
And then there's we do need, and I'm going to make enemies here. A New Hope Han Solo needs to be updated drastically.
It is that the sculpt is definitely a bit soft.
Yeah.
Just like I said, like the A New Hope Leia, those are both beautiful figures. I own both of them. But when you look at like the A New Hope Leia versus the Return of the Jedi Leia, the Return of the Jedi Leia's paint apps blow it out of the water. Like there's no competition. That sculpt overall, I think, looks better because the paint apps are so much more updated. So I mean, I don't think you're wrong there. Like some of those, I will say though, Old Ben is an exception because Hot Toys does such a good job with old men and old women. I think they did a good job on that one. The details are pretty incredible, but that is also later in that line, I believe. I think that one came out after the Han Solo. So
I think how popular Scarlet Witch is, the Civil War, I would like to see redone with sculpted hair, and also the Black Widows.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that on Geeking Out yesterday. Someone had brought that up, that the Black Widows could use a redo, and I think it was Denobi actually that said that. I think they definitely could use a once over for sure.
And I think they would probably start with Iron Man 2.
And y'all over here getting $14. I get nothing.
Yeah, for the Sideshow Live.
Yeah, if you just signed up and did the little question thing, you would get.
I missed that.
And then another one. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot that could be redone and get taken care of too. But I mean, for me, mostly everything I have, I'm happy with. You know, if they make another 2.0, okay, like I just got my second secret project. Iron Man.
That's right, you did get 2 of those.
You know, so if they came out tomorrow and said, okay, we're coming out with a 2.0 version of it and diecast, I'm not going to be mad.
Right.
You know, let it come out. But 2.0 I would completely love, that would be at the top of my list, is the gunmetal Iron Man from the Mark III gunmetal.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, why not? We just got a Mark III reissue again, so I wouldn't be surprised, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Craig's saying, are they going to do USB on all the new? Yeah, 3.0s and it's just all USB. That's funny. It's so interesting with the USB stuff, because so far it doesn't seem to be like very consistent. Like I was expecting every single release from now on is going to get USB, but not all of them have received USB. So I'm hoping that it becomes a more consistent thing. Obviously, maybe they didn't have time to rework some figures with USB that are already like long on pre-order that they're about to be released. I understand that, but I'm hoping moving forward everything is USB, because that's the way of the future for Hot Toys, in my opinion. Screw those button cell batteries, they suck, and obviously, unfortunately for Australia, they can't have them. So it just makes total sense for them to scrap those altogether. But yeah, if I could pick, I'll throw a few more out there that I think deserve a reissue. No one's expecting this one, but the Rocky figures, those are super old and they look horrible. Like those are real old figures. I would love to see like another Apollo Creed, another Rocky, another Caldro, like all those figures completely redone.
Oh, I'd like to see a George Lucas then.
Yeah, George. Oh, you're going way back. George Lucas. I was hoping that we would get a Stormtrooper one, since Hasbro did the Stormtrooper Black Series, which I have. I was hoping Hot Toys would surprise us with something like that, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff, and like you said, basically the whole original Predator line. The Terminator stuff is looking a little soft these days, like you said. I would love to see an updated T-800 from Terminator 2. That's like at the top of my list for 2.0. So there's a lot that they could do for sure. Lane, are you there?
I have been the entire time.
Okay. Lane, I kind of want to hear your thoughts on 2.0s and reissues.
Well, I can't say anything negative, considering the two special things I put over some showcase were basically both 2.0s. I mean, I would be a hypocrite if I said, I don't know if they should be doing this.
Right.
Since I pre-ordered Iron Man Mark III, the 2.0.
Yeah, you did.
I decided not to get the Mark V reissue. Because of that, even though I know it means I'm waiting for a Tony Stark Iron Man for another effing year and a half or whatever.
Right.
But and I'm getting the RoboCop 3, which I guess maybe or maybe not. It's a little nebulous with that one, since it's a different movie and stuff, and it's going to have completely different stuff.
Yeah, but that one's just like a repaint.
Ooh, yeah. Drax,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Drax could use one.
This next film, I think, is going to bring Drax finally, because Otherwise, I don't see the other opportunity. Yeah, because obviously Dave Bautista is done after this film, so hopefully we get another Drax.
Well,
Gamora,
I thought Endgame Gamora was pretty good.
There wasn't an Endgame Gamora.
Or it was Guardians 2, I meant.
Yeah, you've seen my Volume 2 one in person.
Yeah, we could use it just
well, we had it, and Kevin sold it.
That's right, you did. Sorry, Lane, go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, well, we could use as a 1.0 freaking Mantis.
Yeah, dude, Mantis is long overdue. So where's Korg? We still haven't gotten Korg or Wong.
Where's Ego?
Valkyrie.
Yeah. Well, I'm still wondering what, if anything, are we going to get from Thor: Love and Thunder, because we haven't heard so much.
I feel like there's still more for that film too.
Yeah, but who knows? Like whatever runs through. I mean, even some of the recent Hot Toys, the movies other than Spider-Man, there hasn't been a ton of releases for them. Even Doctor Strange only had 2.
Yeah.
2 versions of Scarlet Witch and stuff, but we had 3 for that one. But I don't know. I figured we would at least get 3 from Love and Thunder, which would be, Thor in one of his forms.
The Fur Thor, I think.
Mighty Thor.
Is another one.
The Mighty Thor, and I thought we'd get Korg. Like, I thought we'd get at least those 3.
I think it's still possible. Yeah, like Craig was saying, Valkyrie. I want to address this comment from Hot Toy Collector. He said Drax is a very sensitive issue due to his WWE license. Yeah, so it's the same thing for, what's her name?
We just call her Sasha Banks.
Sasha
or Mercedes
Banks.
Is her name.
Or Mercedes. Yeah. I always forget her last name. Something. But Sasha Banks, yeah, she has the same issue. And we actually noticed at San Diego Comic-Con, they weren't displaying her head sculpt. Actually, a lot of those head sculpts weren't in the display, so that was a little concerning. Valkyrie would definitely be awesome. They're going to make a She-Hulk for sure.
Yeah.
If they do anything from that show, they're going to do She-Hulk.
They're going to do her in her, battle outfit and stuff.
Yeah. I think that's a safe bet.
For every Disney Plus show, there's going to be at least one figure.
Right. I think they'll cut it off at 2 max, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Would it be cool if they did her and then they did Abomination?
Yeah, that would be insane.
But I'd grab. My problem would be I want classic Abomination though.
Yeah, I agree, OG. The arena fet's really exciting, man. I'm really happy.
I hope it doesn't come by then, because if my Dark Trooper comes by then, it's going to be the day before I go on vacation. I'm not going to be here for a week.
Rest in pieces.
I wouldn't mind another Hulk.
Yeah, I mean, but it would be Professor Hulk.
No, I don't.
I know, but that's the whole point. We don't. But I'm saying that's what, because they said that is what Hulk is going to be, unless he starts becoming Maestro or something like that.
I'm not a big fan of the Smart Hulk.
I need another Ultron 2.0 or something.
Bro, the Gladiator Hulk is amazing, dude.
Yeah.
One day I'll have to show that off on stream.
For Hulk, unless they're going to start doing something where he starts becoming like the Maestro or something like that, or he starts to become World Breaker Hulk or something like that, like he reverts a little bit to his older. But She-Hulk, I don't think is going to be the vehicle for that happening, because it's more like more even like WandaVision in some ways, being like kind of a comedy,
right?
Kind of series and stuff. I think that's the vibe they're going to go for it. So there'll be probably some superheroes mixed in, but it's going to be, I do think, because I watched the first episode. I actually liked the first episode of She-Hulk. Like, I was surprised. I wasn't sure from some of the trailers. But I think the series is overall going to be pretty solid. I don't think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be a lot better than the Miss Marvel. I've already liked the first episode more than I liked the entire Miss Marvel series. I finally watched it and just was kind of indifferent by the time that I got to the end of it. But also, I think I'm way outside the age range necessarily, but that was meant for.
Probably, yeah.
She-Hulk is more, I think, She-Hulk is meant to be a series more, I think, for longtime MCU fans. Like, with a new character instead of like a carryover character from after Endgame or something like WandaVision was or something.
Right.
I still hate what they did Anyway,
Hulk, smash the like button. Yes, please. We're 4 away from 30, guys. So hey, if you haven't liked already, get us to those 30 likes. That's our goal for today.
For 2.0s, I'm fine with them doing 2.0s because maybe it's just me. Like, for like statues? There's never really a 2.0 because there's always going to be another Venom. There's always going to be another Dr. Doom. You know, there's always going to be another 5 different Batmans. You know. Yeah. But they each usually have maybe a little unique thing. I think uniqueness is a little easier for statues than necessarily with Hot Toys, like figures a lot of times. I mean, other than if they randomly change some stuff out or, you know, they do a color palette swap, like, you know, animated Boba or the Arena Boba Fett or something like that, which we know they're using set, you know, previously done stuff and everything. Mm-hmm. So it just because I've never had in my mind. Now, do I like that it sometimes could, you had an $8 figure becomes like, look what's happened to the captain from the Shore Troopers. Just 2 years ago, that was like $600, $700.
It's still selling for a lot though. That's the thing. I just checked on
I
eBay
I saw one sell the other day for $325.
Yeah, on eBay, not even.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to eBay though. I don't pay attention.
I do because it's just so interesting to me on how like it's a completely different world.
Yeah, well, it's still very different than the other Short Troopers, though. Like a totally different ball game. But I think with figures like the 2.0s, obviously I've proven that I don't have a problem with them because I've got the new RoboCop. I literally have one on pre-order now that's 2 years, a year and a half at least away. That says 2.0, and I've had already on pre-order for over a year the War Machine Mark 1 reissue. So not a 2.0, but a reissue.
That's another one I'm waiting on the secondary market for because it's going to drop real quick.
No, I did not watch the post-credit scene. I actually just finished barely watching the end of the episode.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the episode yet. I'm probably going to watch it after this.
But I'm okay with it for this crowd. But
I haven't seen it.
I do agree, but before they're going to do another thing, like where I would say it's not all right, and I don't even really count it as the 2.0, I would guess I would lean more to this is a weird occurrence, but the Venom that was put out for Let There Be Carnage, which was announced and put out with the new the facial sculpt that was put with the Carnage Collector's Edition or Deluxe Edition.
That one
the Venom.
Me.
Dude, that figure is really nice, man.
Yeah,
that Carnage was looking real good at San Diego Comic-Con.
That's one of my my anticipated figures.
But that's what I would say is not okay, is because literally they announced. Now it's technically for a different movie, but it's literally I guess maybe it's a little bit of a 2.0 or something like that. Or maybe just I count more as a reissue.
It's almost the same thing.
But it's got the head sculpt that they developed that goes with the current. So it is a little bit different. So that's a tricky character because it's kind of in between, I guess. It's kind of in between the 2.0 and a reissue.
Yeah.
But that I don't think is okay. But where you're doing the Mark III,
what you laughing at?
Which
your comments.
Yeah, which is years ago. I don't think something that literally should have a new figure put out 1 month. Or could you make a similar argument though for the Chrome Mando versus the Beskar?
You could, but it definitely is an improvement. So I'm not, and it comes with a head sculpt and the dark saber.
Yeah,
and the Beskar spear. So it comes with enough to where I'm
I think the Venom is more what I would think of. That is a 2.0 a reissue.
The Venom is basically a reissue. Yeah,
I got lucky on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sold yours for $600, and then reissued it.
And then it reissued.
I saw someone
because I had two.
Yeah, I saw someone trying to sell their Venom for $325 the other day.
And it's just that's the special edition one even sits for that much. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't consider all right something like that. But
yeah, I agree.
I'm not going to say they have to not make it for 5 years. There has to be an artificial number put in before they can reissue it. But if they were to put out a Dark Side Anakin slightly, with a different version of that or something like that, or even a Revenge of the Sith Light Side Anakin with an alternate facial sculpt that you could take off and stick the Dark Side version on, That would that be considered reshoot 2.0 or something like that? I would consider that all right. You know, if they were doing for Obi-Wan, like that's how they did the Dark Side Anakin for that, or Darth Vader, like I don't know, Anakin Skywalker, like Temple Assault or something like that. They could call it.
You know, it'd be cool with those.
Temple Assault, yeah.
If they like flipped almost the accessories, like you gave Anakin this time like an Emperor hologram instead of like Obi-Wan was viewing him. Like that, you give like an Emperor a big hologram or whatever, and they might do that with that Vader anyway. Or
maybe
and then you could flip it with Obi-Wan instead of the hologram. You give him now the Mustafar, like the square base or something.
I would like to see like the whole Mustafar base where they could both go on it. We talked about that.
That's
before.
what I'm saying.
Love to see that.
Or
yeah, Pedro, they did restock that a couple.
Can we do a 2-figure pack of Dark Side of like Temple Assault, Jedi Temple Assault Anakin with youngling Reva, so we could do a stabby scene.
I still want to see Anakin and Obi in the Mustafar like battle damage kind of thing.
Oh, that would be cool.
Maybe for the Revenge of the Sith anniversary, they'll do that. Sean, you have something to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the coolest name they could come up with for Anakin, Padawan Dominator, Anakin Skywalker.
Oh my God. Dominator.
All right. On that note, guys, we're out of here.
Make good choices.
Yeah, make good choices. Yeah.
Make sure to stop at your local sideshow and get
when
your
you come up with when you're doing your Dungeons and Dragons creation for creating your character name or also creatively come up with names for things, don't make choices like Sean. That's how we're leaving.
So I sold the regular Venom for that much, and I kept my special edition, and I love it. And Insane One's asking how the body holds up. Mine's good. I got no peeling or anything on it. So
yeah.
I remember there was a guy that used like a hard bristle brush and scrubbed his Venom skin and to try to get dust and stuff off and just shredded it to bits. That's
this is my best friend sometimes for stuff like that.
Oh yeah, the air canned air. I have one of the like electric can. It's not even canned air, but the electric air.
Ford makes its own memes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, we're actually gonna wrap up now, guys. We're gonna give our final thoughts and everything. Don't do that. Don't do that, and definitely don't rub your figures in Vaseline. Don't do that either.
No.
No problem.
So, guys, it's been an awesome stream. Thank you so much to everybody who hung out with us the whole time. I know the Inart talk gets a little stale after a while because everybody's been talking about it. But for those that stayed around and watched it with us, and of course everybody here now, we definitely appreciate you. As always, please consider subscribing to the channel if you like what we do here. We're right around the corner for that 250 goal. And also, guys, if you're not in the Facebook group and you're on Facebook, go to the link in the description below. We need 13 more members, and somebody's going to win a $25 gift card to the comic shop of their choice. Also, guys, I did just put up, it could be you. Yeah, it could be you. I did just put up my first review of the 3-0 6-scale Demogorgon that's spinning around creepily next to me. Definitely go check that out. I'm very happy with how it turned out from my first review. I put a lot of work into that, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And I hope it maybe sways your opinion if you're a Stranger Things fan into buying into this line. Sean's dog is being weird as always.
Well, this is the one that has not been on yet.
No, this is
not the same one. Okay.
This is either it's about walk time or food time.
No.
He said don't underestimate the Vaseline. Oh man, I think I'm gonna underestimate the Vaseline.
Yeah, guys, this is never going away.
It's not. It's definitely not. But yeah, check out my review, guys. Let me know what you think. Again, it's my first review, so I definitely appreciate any feedback. I'm trying to learn the whole light box thing. Chris and I are both kind of in our infancy stages of using the light box, so I think I did much better this time around compared to my pleather maintenance video. But hey, that's another video. Check out the pleather maintenance video. But yeah, drop a like, guys. We're almost to 30 likes on this video. Also, of course, always check out our friends here that are part of the panel. We wouldn't be Hot Toys Hotline without them. Check out Chris in the description. Chris has a lot of stuff going on over on his channel. Also, check out Sean from Hot Toys Nightmare. Also have a link to his channel in the description as well. Sean's always cooking up some videos. He's got a lot of stuff he's doing in the background. He's working on his amazing collection in his basement. So keep an eye out on his channel if you're a fan of collection videos. I know everybody loves collection videos. Sean's your guy for that. And of course, we always appreciate Lane coming out. He didn't have to come out tonight because he had a long day at work, but we really appreciate you squeezing it in here at the end. Definitely always awesome to have you on and have your input.
It's tough being awesome. What can I say?
Just by looking at Sean laughing at that, I can see how he took when you said Lane coming out. Look at
yeah, that's not what I meant. But that's all I got.
That's not what I'm laughing at. I'm looking at Thick Panther Boy.
Oh yeah, the Vaseline.
Yeah, that's a huge dog. Don't use Vaseline. Only joke.
Vaseline, man. Oh man.
But yeah, you feeding.
We're ending on a bad note, guys.
Coming out too.
We're ending on a bad note. We can't do this. But does anybody else have anything to say to anybody until we close out here?
Who has something good coming other than Arena Boba Fett?
Dark Trooper.
I'm trying to get
Dark
the
Trooper.
Scout and speeder bike.
I've got
as soon as it comes in.
Yeah, I'm working on that too. I've got my lot that I bought last week. I'm still going through all that stuff, trying to sell the few that I'm not keeping, and then I'm gonna open everything up once I'm like, okay, I just need to sell the ones I don't want so I could recoup half of my at least half of my lot price, and then I'm like, cool, I'm gonna open the rest of them up. So once I do that, I'm going to get them all set up. I might actually review some of those because those are really awesome figures, and some of them are pretty highly sought after. So, yes, may the Fett ship soon. I'm really excited for the Fett. That was a nice surprise. I appreciate Insane One for kind of keeping us up to date because I wasn't paying attention to anything because we were obviously going through all the Inart stuff and everything. So really appreciate that, Insane One.
Also, I mentioned it in my video that I was filming today, so I'm editing it. I didn't expect to hit 200 a day, but I'm thinking about, and I'm probably going to do another $100 giveaway or whatever for another 100 subs. So once I hit 3, that will be going out, and I'll talk more about that later on.
There you go. And you guys could be winning $25 gift cards every $100 goal, but you got to get in that Facebook group. Once we hit 100 in the Facebook group, $25 given away. 100 and 100. That's what I'm doing. So there's a lot to be given away. You guys just have to hop in. Again, all of the links are in the description. Also, check out CollectorZown. Marcos from a CollectorZown. He's that dude. He has great prices, great customer service. So that's another great option. If you purchase from Sideshow, also consider taking a look at his website because a lot of times his prices end up being better, especially if you're in his Facebook group because he drops those codes all the time, 17% off, 15% off. So definitely another great option if you guys are looking for another reputable place to buy from in the U.S. So,
good guy.
Penn says she has nothing coming soon other than the Chrome clone. Hey, those are 2 heavy hitters, so you really don't have to say much more. You got 2 heavy hitters coming. Even just the Arena Boba Fett, you could just say you're getting Arena Boba Fett, and I'd be like, cool, that's crazy. I'm happy to be getting mine. I'm grateful. So, but that's gonna wrap it up, guys. As always, thank you so much for being here and supporting us. We know that a lot of people stream on Thursdays, but for you to be here with us and share your time with us is awesome, and we really do appreciate it. And once again, thank you for helping Chris get to 200. That was very nice of you guys. So
yeah, thank you.
I'm sure he's going to bed happy tonight because he saw me get to 200, and I'm like, dude, you're next. So we really appreciate you. I do have another review that I filmed. I had an issue with the figure, so I did have to send it back. So I will film the last part of that video when that figure shows up next week, and I will drop another unboxing video for you guys. I have a lot of things cooking right now. We have a lot of things that we're working on behind the scenes, especially for the stream. We're going to be doing some different stuff here in the next couple months or so. So we got fun stuff coming, guys, and everybody here is constantly working on content, so there's going to be no shortage of it. You got plenty of stuff to watch. But yeah, we will see you next Thursday, and hopefully I'll get that video out towards the middle of next week. Just keep an eye out on the channel if you're interested in any unboxings on the channel. But have a great night, guys. Again, thank you for being here, and enjoy your weekend. Have a great weekend. It's an exciting weekend for me. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I hope you guys do too. If not, chill out in the house, watch some movies, watch She-Hulk, play some video games, do whatever you like to do in your free time. But have a great night, guys. Thanks for being here.
Good night.
Take care.
Make a
everybody.
choice.